Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
everybody. Hello, everybody. This is Kyle's on vacation, and John has got a terrible work week ahead of him that he's been prepping for. But mentally more than anything else, I can't work ahead. So instead, we are doing a small episode this time around. But I feel like this is important because I haven't been able to find a satisfactory video for this. Also, let's go ahead. Let's get the insurance policy set up.
Now recording.
Now, recording. Everybody,
That's
say something. Yeah.
Hello,
that's
everyone.
that's smart.
There it is.
Hello.
You want to get smart. That's what you want to get. So, to replacing Kyle for this episode is Eden. You probably know who this guy is already. And we got Shani with us for the fourth time. And there we are. So, what is one of the most important parts about Werewolf the Apocalypse that there is no book explaining?
The totems, obviously.
Totems. It's one of the most important parts of all of Werewolf, and you got nothing on it.
I'll be right
Nothing. Yeah, nothing on it. And so there we go. I posted the recording in the wrong page. Okay, never mind. Archie's, tell me about it. It's fine. I'm the only one that can stop it anyway. Now, we have books in Werewolf dedicated to the Lupus breed. We have books dedicated to the Metis breed. We have a book full of auspices, and the Hammer and Clave book, which is all about making fetish weapons, where if you have a creative enough storyteller, you can just do this on your own. You don't need the book for it, but I guess some people just need help with this stuff, so that's why those books exist. But we don't have anything on totems. Nothing. And this is what blows my mind about it, too. Like, not even Umbra the Velvet Shadow or Umbra Revised goes into serious detail about this. You have spirits, you have a spirit index, but you don't have anything dedicated to totems. And you, Shane, how the thought?
Oh, yeah. That was my bad. I
Got it. That's a hell of a box spring. And now here's the thing about totems is that every single pack is going to have one. You're all going to put background points in a totem. You're all going to have this because the totem is just something that's just too good to go without. You have the group pony up some points and backgrounds to get flat stat bonuses for everybody in the party. That's just good to have. It encourages teamwork. It gets unity amongst the pack. If you have basically what every werewolf game is, multiple werewolves from multiple different tribes under one banner, it creates unity amongst your players. But there is no book that explains this. I just don't get it. It's one of those White Wolf werewolf decisions that I just don't get. Maybe they were going to make one if they didn't run out of money in 2004. We would have gotten a totem book, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't work for White Wolf. I mean, how long did it take us to get Wendigo first edition? It didn't come out until what, 2001? If I'm right about that. So how many books did they have sitting on the back burner that were yet to be released that never got printed or never got fully written to begin with? You remember when hearing that when TSR went bankrupt with D&D second edition, you had all these books that had to be torched because they just couldn't release them. They legally couldn't publish those books. You had all this Ravenloft content that couldn't be released. And the last book that got released was Carnival of Fears. All that information that's lost, and we'll never get our hands on it. So I would love to know what White Wolf is cooking, but let's get into it. So what is a totem supposed to be? What do you think? What do you think?
A very powerful spirit that lends part of its power to the pack.
It's a big damn spirit. Also, small correction. King agreed, told me that with our spirits video, if we're going with a Gavling spirit, that power score that you see in the spirit stats, it's fine to take the 0 off of that. But if it's a Jackling or if it's the central spirit itself, then you want to put the 0 at the end of it. Meaning that you got spirits like Black Unicorn running around with 50 to 80 levels of health in a boss fight. You wonder why Black Unicorn has never been defeated is because of that. And there you go. And you can take him as a totem. Yes, a totem spirit is a totem is a spirit that struck it big, has got people worshiping it, has grown in power and favor and rank, and it's gotten to the point where, like a warlock in D&D, can bestow blessings and power onto people. That's what a totem is. And you have 13 tribal totems. There used to be 16, but now it's 13 that reside over the werewolves and represent their core philosophy or ideology. Where the 13 are Pegasus, Rat, Unicorn, Stag, all three faces of Stag, Fenrir, Cockroach, Griffin, I can do this. Falcon, Owl, Grandfather Thunder, Chimera, which is 4 different totems, Great Aenna, and Great Wendigo. That's 13. There we go. I got it. Those are the bigger totems out there, where they have grown so strong that other totems listen to them. You want to find out who's making the big decisions in the Garo Nation? It's ultimately these 13 that may as well be demigods by this point. But on top of that, you also have pharaohs with their totems, where every pharaoh totem is, say, the animal that they're based off of. It's kind of abstract with the Macaulay and the Bastet, because the Bastet have personal totems. They don't take a trouble totem. And the Macaulay have dragon, but dragon has fallen out of style, so the Macaulay have multiple other totems that they will listen to. But I digress. We're here to talk about them, because not a single video out there really talks about how you're supposed to roleplay as these guys. Because we can make this entirely clerical video about statistics and only statistics, but I'd rather go into who are these totems supposed to be as people, and how you're supposed to roleplay this. And it would have been a great episode for Dan or Socks to be here, but I couldn't get a hold of either of them for this, so I got you 3.
Oof.
All right, there we go. So let's go down the list. We're going to go over 40 totems. Got a list of 40 for you guys. Let's go right into it. What is the first tribe of werewolves that you see in all the guides? What's the first one that pops up?
Child of Gaia.
The Black Furies.
The Black Furies. Thank you, Ryan.
I got you.
And who is their totem?
Pegasus.
Pegasus. Who did it used to be? It was Medusa.
It wasn't Backus. It was.
It was Medusa. Because
yeah.
Because Medusa started the Black Fury tribe, but her son, eventually daughter Pegasus, would eventually take over the tribe, because Medusa was trying to spread a message here, saying we don't want to be like the Silver Fangs or the Shadow Lords, where I'm just the old hag that makes all the rules and you do what I say. We want to encompass the 3 faces of womanhood: the maiden, the wife, and the crone. That's what we want to do. Where Pegasus is all 3 of those cycles in one. Or Pegasus is just the maiden and the wife, and then Medusa's the crone, so to speak. And what do we think Pegasus really looks like? How would Pegasus manifest herself?
I'm thinking a giant winged white horse.
Because we actually do have a picture of what Pegasus looks like.
Winged horse.
Yeah. Because in the Tribe comics, there were 3 Tribe comics. Did the Fiona get a comic?
Yes,
I
they
don't
did.
think
There's
so.
actually
I knew-
technically 6.
Yeah. Because there's.
I knew it was the Get a Fenris, the Bonars, and not sure who else.
Because they were going alphabetically. And
Hang
then, of course,
hang on. I can find this out.
Yeah, and then the Wendigo and the Aenna get shit as always, because they're at the bottom of the list. But there was a panel of Pegasus in it, where Pegasus is the black and white horse. She comes out of this giant beam of light. She's got like SoundCloud face tattoos. She has these stars. I'm not kidding. She has stars tattooed underneath her eyes. And when she comes out. And yeah, she is huge. The cross werewolf could ride on Pegasus's back. She's so large in size.
Okay, so it was Fiona Gata Fenris, Children of Gaia Bonars, and Black Furies, and then the 6th one was bundle only, Glasswalkers.
Yeah, there it is. And that's hard to get your hands on. Oh my gosh.
I actually owned them.
All this werewolf stuff, it's just a struggle to find some of this. But yeah, we have Pegasus. And with the core philosophies of the Black Furies, what exactly do the Black Furies want?
Women better than men.
Justice for women.
Justice for women.
Justice for women.
Yeah. Ryan, what do you think? What do the Black Furies want?
World peace.
There it is. And with Pegasus, how I've seen it is that Medusa is the kill all men kind of feminist. I hate men. I believe women are better. I believe that the man needs to be subservient to the woman, kind of authoritarian. Where that's what Medusa wants, but Medusa knows that she needs to step away from that because you're going to have a miserable society if you get that. While Pegasus, you remember the story of Bellerophon, right? Pegasus and Bellerophon, where
Yeah.
Bellerophon contracts Pegasus into battle with him. He falls off the horse, and then to get back at Pegasus for humiliating him, rips off his cock and balls, and then Pegasus throws him off into the Mediterranean Sea for that. And Pegasus's whole shtick is, I don't want anybody to be taken advantage of by a bad man like Bellerophon. I don't want anything to happen to anyone that's the same or worse as to what happened to me. That's what Pegasus is to me. And Pegasus is more about equal rights, but some people have their rights, their rights are being neglected, specifically women with the Black Furies. So Pegasus speaks for those that are being overlooked. That's what Pegasus is to me. Where the Black Furies, feminism is the big draw to the Black Furies, but also helping the helpless, helping those that can't help themselves. And that's why I like the most about Pegasus. And I would love to be in a game where Pegasus is the totem. I need Black Fury players, though. I need people playing as Black Furies.
Not the annoying ones like in the Silver Fang with Mari.
Because remember, there's not one feminism, there's feminisms that go under different, they all have different end goals, so to speak. You put a first wave feminist next to a fourth wave, they're going to fight. There's because after all, we're entering the period of history where we begin to ask, what is a woman? And we're not asking that with any hint of irony. So here we go. Pegasus. What exactly can Pegasus get you? Well, for some reason, the White Wolf Wiki just doesn't have that. But we listed off in a Shot the Gaia video. Go watch that. Now, Pegasus. How would you interact with Pegasus in your chronicle? Well, what do you think? Because, with the spirits, you read Axis Mundi. We did a whole episode about that. What exactly would Pegasus ask you to do?
Help the helpless, respect women.
Yeah, help the helpless. Where Pegasus wants you to go out and wants you to white knight, so to speak. You want to go out of your way to find people who are being oppressed. You go in, you save those people. That's what Pegasus will ask you for. She wants you to be the knight in shining armor for other people. And with Medusa, on the other hand, how exactly would you pay homage to her?
Women's
Kill a
superiority.
rapist?
Yeah, to kill a rapist, get his cock and balls, nail them to a post, and set that post on fire. That's how you would do it. Where that just like imagine like the two different conversations between Pegasus, where Shen, you're a Black Fury, and you summon Pegasus. Pegasus comes in and says, "Oh, hi, sister. What have you been up to lately?" And then you tell Pegasus, about your day, saying, "Oh, cool, my god's right in front of me." And then,
Oh my goodness!
and then, meanwhile, Medusa comes in with her clipboard and says, "Wazowski, how many rapists have you killed this period?" "I don't think enough men have died." it's not the kind of voice too. I'm thinking of Medusa. You remember? Oh, what was the name of the secretary from Monsters Inc?
Roz.
Yeah, Roz. That Medusa having that voice, and like the sheer difference between the two. Because I imagine Pegasus just sounds like, well, just picture a woman. What a woman sounds like. That's what Pegasus sounds like. Well, Medusa is old as hell by this point. I mean, how long has Medusa been around? She was around since creation, back when Gorgons walked the earth. So Pegasus is old. So she's got like some rasp to her voice when you see her. And that's once again.
I think Medusa's like a tiger mom.
Yeah, exactly like that. Like Carol Baskin. So you show Medusa something she hates. She's got that smile on that doesn't reach her eyes, and she says, "Well, it's nice that you showed this to me, but I would prefer it if you didn't show me that again." Or, "I understand you, but I need you to hear what I'm saying." That kind of talk. Where yeah, because Medusa in my mind is incredibly hostile in terms of her character. Think about
Passive aggressive.
yeah, we're good old Medusa. You see this woman that's a snake and her hair smells snakes. You think she's nice? You think she's cuddly?
No.
Yeah, this visual information. And once again with Medusa, the ban with her is that no men whatsoever can be a part of her tribes, of her packs. So yeah,
Does that include the male metis of the Black Furies that they don't consider men because they're not fertile?
yeah, she doesn't even want that. If you have a penis, you can get the fuck out of her pack.
Dang.
Yeah, because that's the
Oof.
whole thing. Because we went over that hermaphrodite Black Fury that was in Ridgecross, Australia, who struggled to get promotions because she had a penis.
Oof.
Where it doesn't matter if it's sterile, it doesn't matter if you have the metis curse preventing you from using it. If you have it, that's a problem. Because after all, there's nothing more beautiful than a feminine form to Medusa and the more radical members of the Black Furies.
Technically, the Black Furies hate you if you're a female metis because they think you're a mockery of a woman. So if you're a hermaphrodite, you have the worst of both.
Yeah, why have you not gone to DNA or the Glasswalkers and gotten a working uterus implanted into your body? Why haven't you done that already? The Black Furies will ask you.
I think they hate that even more since they're very, very, very for the child.
Exactly,
Yep.
they're super wild. Pegasus is super wild. Do you think Pegasus had anything to do with the Metamorphic Plague? This plague going around turning the Black Furies into these abominations, these Gorgons? Because I think
Mm.
because Pegasus doesn't really lift a finger to do anything about that in Apocalypse, in Times of Judgment Apocalypse. And with Medusa, I honestly think Medusa would be all for that. Say, yes, my children, look like me. I want you to look like your grandma. Behold, you got snake hair. You have snake hair and a snake tail just like me. I love you.
Oh, I thought it was literally turning a woman into a random other woman.
It turns you into an abomination is what it turns you into. You look like I don't know what the fuck you look like. The wild just picks you up, chews you, and then spits you out, and you come out looking like a Zinch monster or a spawn of Slanesh. That's what you come out looking like. Just you evolve too quickly is what the Metamorphic Plague does to you. There it is. So there it is. I think that's it for Pegasus. Like just roleplay. Like Pegasus, just we can just say that Pegasus is just your cool big sister, right? Whenever you summon Pegasus, in terms of her personality, and then Medusa is like your very cranky grandma. All right. So who else?
Rats next on the list.
Rat. We were talking about Rat. I want to talk about Rat. Let's talk about Rat. See,
Yes, yes.
Ryan, how much do I like Rat?
You love them.
How much do I like the Ratkin? How many games do I put the Ratkin in?
Almost all of them.
All
Almost
my World
every
Darkness
single
games.
one. Yeah.
All my World Darkness games have Ratkin in them. And they will continue to have Ratkin in them. That Christmas special we got coming up, that's going to have rats in it. There it is, the Ratkin. Now, Rat is a unique case because Rat's split down the middle. Rat's two people under one identity. You have Rat God and Mama Rat, where Rat God is the original Rat, who realized that he needed some sort of nurturing side of him to have his Ratkin and eventually the Bonars prosper. So he reaches into his own psyche, pulls out Mama Rat, pulls her out, throws her out, and says, "You take care of my kids, you take care of the babies. I'll train the men and the women who want to fight into warriors." Whenever you talk to Rat God, he wants things dead. He wants it to die today. Why isn't it dead? Why haven't you gone out? Why haven't you killed it yet? Why have you summoned me? Rat will ask you. If you go and you summon Rat, I imagine Rat's going to be one of those totems that wants nothing to do with the party in terms of conversation. If you summon him for, if you summoned him to have him come out of the Umbra and bite someone's head off, he'll do it. But he's not going to want to stick around and talk. He doesn't want to hear about what your day is. He wants to say, "Have you done what I asked you to? You haven't. Why are you wasting time? Go out and do it." That's kind of weird that Rat is.
Do you think you can summon him to like chew through a wall of concrete
It's
like
going to
rats
be
used to do?
there's going to be a price because why exactly would Rat ask you for? Because after all, we know that there's a big price with Fenrir whenever you want to summon him.
Probably a lot of dead humans.
Yeah, you probably want to do a blood sacrifice if you want it to Rat. Where, given how war-centric Rat is, that he wants a blood sacrifice. I think he's one of the few totems that would still ask for human sacrifice, which is he might come to think of it with the sacrifices. You know, with the ancient Israel, how they would do the sacrifices, where you don't just kill a lamb and bleed it and then leave the body. You bleed the lamb completely dry, and then you sear the lamb to the point where the meat evaporates off the bone, and then you eat it. That's what you do. So what would you have a burnt offering with rat? Say we've got a lot of bonars that have cannibalism as some of their flaws. I mean, how many source books ever read that involve cannibal bonars? Who's to say that rat wouldn't want you to burn 10% of the meat? He breathes in that meat vapor, and then you eat the rest of the 90% with whatever offering you bring rat. What what happened to Ryan? Ryan, what happened to you? He disappeared. What happened to you? Yeah. There it is. There it is.
Rat was chewing through his cable.
There it is. That's what happens to you. So, Ryan, you were going to say something about rat?
Rat's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Hey.
But then you got Mama Rat, who I think would only talk to you until you're, say, 5 years old. Because rats... But Aenna, do you think rat would be okay with child soldiers?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm on the same page with you. The minute that you can walk, that you can talk, that you can think, that you can change your own diaper, boom, we're going to put a gun in your hand or a knife in your hand, go out, get your passage done. Before you even first change, I want to see you kill something. And with the ratkin too, I think we did the demographic. We said roughly every 1,000 rats would be one ratkin. So how many rats are in New York? You want to take a wild guess? You want to guess how much?
60 million?
See. Did you just Google that?
No, I just came up with it.
It is 3 million.
I'm assuming 2 million.
Yeah, it's 3 million rats in New York City. So.
Oh wow, a lot less than I thought.
I guess I want to say that second is Baltimore.
See, well, let me pull this up for you. You want to guess how much Paris, France has?
A shit ton.
With the catacombs?
Yeah, 4 million rats in Paris.
Yeah. Weren't they the ones with the bubonic plague, or was that England?
Yeah, they were.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, same thing with rat too, because rat, the ultimate survivor, immediately gets in bed with the worm in Apocalypse 2. That once the bonars fall, rat's perfectly okay with joining the worm. So there it is. It doesn't matter who he's working for, as long as people are dying, rat's happy.
Now, would he be okay working with the Weaver, though?
The Weaver, absolutely not, considering how wild the rat is. You see his ratkin and how wild the ratkin are. So absolutely not, he would not get in bed with the Weaver out of principle. The worm, yes. The Weaver, no. Goes to show how far the Weaver's fallen. All right. Now, do we have any other thoughts about rat, or should we move on?
I think you pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
Why does he want the bonars poor?
The bonars, because you don't need this money. You don't need this. But look at my ratkin. Look how long the ratkin have gone without money and interacting with human society. Why do you think you need this? Throw it away.
To be
Use
fair,
it for kindling.
The
Wipe your ass with it.
Bonars poor.
Yeah, but food though.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are bonars who want to legally
go out there, get a hunting rifle, or just go in a lupus farm and hunt it your own damn self.
What do you mean? There's plenty of trash around. People
You
throw away
don't
food
need
all
it.
the time.
Yeah, just open a trash can. There you go. Go in the back of a Subway, find the entire tuna container.
No, you use your gift that turns any substance into edible soup, including toxic waste.
Let's be fair. That's not tuna.
You got the Cajun dispatch guy from the Eric Andre show. You're gonna go get you the whole time. I won't get you alligator. He's turned a pot while he's talking Cajun to the phone. That's your bonar right there. They're fun to play. I like bonars.
They are. That's why I voted you to play one.
There it is. And then people voted for Black Furies, and then we didn't do it anyway because the Sunday game is over. We're starting a Christmas game. Christmas, Ryan. You want to talk about the Christmas unicorn?
Is that even a totem?
No, it's just unicorn. Let's talk about unicorn.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about unicorn. Let's talk about unicorn. Fucking unicorn. I love this totem. For that Sunday game, Eden, I was playing Paris Classen specifically because I wanted a dice roll's chance of getting unicorns the totem. That's why. Because unicorn really is one of my favorite totems. I think this might even be like top 3 totems with unicorn.
Have you read The Song of Unmaking?
No, I haven't read that book.
Oh, you got to get it if you're a fan of unicorn.
Let's see. Tell me what's in it.
Unicorn.
Yeah, see, and as a character,
The song of
Yes.
the mating.
yeah, the Song of Unmaking.
Literally, one of the main
Oh.
characters is a child of Gaia.
There it is. Because unicorn, and I imagine unicorn the way she's seen as a man or woman depending on the child of Gaia, because unicorns kind of sort of intersexed. But I imagine that this is if unicorn is female, it's your mom. It is your idealized version of your mom coming to help you. And she comes over, she says, "Hey baby, have you had a hard day? Here, come over here, just tell mama all about it." Same thing if unicorn appears as a man, it's unicorn's your dad saying, "Hey, I heard this happened to you. Well, that's okay, sport. You can pick yourself up and get it done next time." Where unicorn just wants to support the child of Gaia. And we get in the Child of Gaia tribe book that unicorn regularly speaks with her tribesmen. Even if they don't have her as their pack totem, unicorn will always be in contact with you, because she will frequently appear in the Children of Gaia's dreams and will commune with them within the dreams. And that's something I really like about unicorn. She always stays in contact with you. So there it is. And same thing with unicorn too, because I'm kind of getting not really a hippie vibe from her, but just more super duper nurturing. Where there's a character I'm thinking about. You're going to think I'm an asshole for thinking about this. Princess Cadence from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is what comes to mind. Where you just get either like this like big sister, like big mom kind of energy from the character, where you can't really see this character hurting anybody. In fact, Unicorn couldn't see herself doing that, so she made Black Unicorn. And you want me to talk about Black Unicorn for a third time on this channel?
To be fair, unicorn's one of the kinds of people that would tell you, "Hey, don't fight that drunken bully that's bullying you. Just lead him over to like an electric fence. Let him try punching you, only for him to lose his balance and get shocked to death,
Yeah, but
or
don't
fall into a
kill
wood
him.
chipper."
But don't
Why
kill
not?
him. Learn
Yeah,
his lesson.
you don't kill him. Just let him kill himself.
Mm-hmm. Because you got to teach your enemy why they're wrong. That's why she's got so many peaceful weapons. So many peaceful gifts like jam weapon. Well, just shut down a gunfight the minute you get to use it.
Glasswalkers hate her for this one simple trick.
Yeah, there we go. You want to shut down a glasswalker just being out a child of Gaia. They're fight over. There it
Because
is.
the Glasswalkers use their gift that make their guns unstoppable.
Along with the other gifts where same thing too, because Unicorn wants you to go out and be a social butterfly. With the Children of Gaia have that gift that lets you look like a dog when you go into lupus form. So, because yeah, she wants you to go out. She wants you to interact with human society. So there it
Sorry,
is.
I thought the Bonars all looked like dogs already.
Well, they look mangy. They look like they're like some weird freakazoid that came off the street and out of the pound and is about to kill somebody. That's what they look like. And anything else I can think of with Unicorn besides her just being super nice and super nurturing?
I'm guessing Black Unicorn will stab people to death with his horn.
Yeah, well, Black Unicorn is the knight in shining armor. I am Lord Unicorn, or something, some shit like that. Where he just comes out, says, "Hello, my children. Are you having trouble in this fight? Allow me to help." And he comes in and he sweeps the fight for you. So,
Black Unicorn sounds better than regular unicorn, in my opinion.
yeah, it's Black Unicorn coming in, and like him being this whole gentleman, where he'll fight, but a gentleman never strikes first. A gentleman will never do dirty tactics. A gentleman will always demand satisfaction. That kind of behavior. Black Unicorn's just so damn cool. I need to find a way to put him in my games without roping him in. Why won't one of you play a Shadow guy already in a live play? Damn it.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, maybe if we get one in the Christmas special, we can make Black Unicorn the totem. See, I am waiting to use this guy. I am waiting to use Black Unicorn. I'm so starved to use this guy. All right. You want to talk about Stag? Let's talk about Stag.
Yes, please.
Stag. He's got 3 faces, by the way. So when we talk about Stag, we're actually referring to 3 different totems here. Well, 2 totems and a spirit. Because Stag has split himself off into 3 different pieces. He's Hearn, Cernunnos, and Whiteheart. He's all 3 of those. And Hearn the Hunter, where you want to talk about the god of the hunt, the guy who's gone around, if he wants something dead, he'll kill you. That kind of warrior aspect of Stag, that's Hearn. And you look up pictures of Hearn, like just Celtic mythology Hearn. You get pictures of this like badass muscular guy with a stag for a hat, or this weird like Wendigo skin changer, that skinwalker monster.
You mean what people think a Wendigo looks like, despite it being a completely different monster?
Yeah, that is how fucking creepy Hearn is. Imagine that guy coming after you with a spear. And then it's not like all those like those skinwalker creepypastas where everybody manages to get away from them. No, this guy hunts you down and catches you. Once you see it, it's over.
So what you're saying is you're basically describing cursing from the Elder Scrolls?
Yes, that's what he is. Where do you think they got? Where do you think they got the idea for her scene? This comes from Hearn.
Ah.
Yeah, and Cernunnos. Other than that, well, Hearn is the super serious face. Cernunnos is, say, your alcoholic dad, but he's not an angry drunk or anything like that. He's the happy kind of drunk, where he wants to go to the party. He says, "Hey, boy, pass me that can. What'd you do today? You want to talk about football?" It sits down on the couch with you, and he's just whatever you say, he thinks it's super hilarious. He's always looking for a party. He's super supportive. If you piss him off, well, heaven help you. But besides that, Cernunnos is just chill. That's just kind of guy Cernunnos is. He's just chill. And then Whiteheart is why I always see it's like the more like business aspect of Stag. Whenever we talk about Stag, we're usually referring to Whiteheart, where as listed in the Fianna tribe book, Stag does not like it when you call him. Where whenever you have a meeting with Stag, it's always once a month. He comes in, he says, it's always an hour long at most. He says, "Okay, here's the paperwork, here's the quota for the week. There's your papers on the table. Any questions? No questions. Good. Okay, see you later." And then he dips. And whenever you call Stag, he gets progressively more and more frustrated with you, asking you to just leave him the hell alone. Why do you keep calling me? And eventually, if you call Stag too many times, he'll just stop picking up the phone entirely. It'll just put you on. It'll go straight to voicemail, and then he never listens to the voicemail, or just clicks read all of your text whenever you send him anything. And what's the thing with the what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, what's the big thing with the Fianna? What's their core identity?
Drinking Irish.
They're passionate in everything they do.
Yes, the lust for life, which is why Kyle really likes these guys. But I was thinking about something else that also start with an F.
Fuckery.
No, family. The family unit. You want to be part of the Fianna? You just have to marry into the Fianna. That's how you become a Fianna. It's not just Irishmen. That this whole misconception of Fianna just being only people with blue eyes and orange hair and freckles. No, you have French Fianna. You have black members of the Fianna. If you marry into the Fianna bloodline, you are part of the family. It's like the Giovanni with the Milliners, and the other 2 names will slip in my mind: the Peace Knob and Dunzerns. That's okay. I was gonna get mad at myself if I forgot those. But yes, with Stag, first and foremost, he's always the paterfamilias. He's the big dad. He wants to make sure that all of his sons and daughters are getting along with each other. At the end of the day, as long as dad's happy, everyone else is happy. But to me, Stag is always more like your football dad, so to speak. He likes country music. He likes cars. He likes hunting. He likes football. If you're not talking about some of those things, he's not listening to what you're saying. Where he'll say, "Oh yeah, that sounds cool," without actually listening to what you just said. And I also imagine just an overall sternness with Stag too. You see that more with Whiteheart, Sorninos a little bit less, especially with Hearn. Where I imagine Hearn is super strict. You do what Hearn says when he says it. If you want to talk with Hearn. And with these guys having such close ties with the Verbena, guess what Stag would ask you for? Take a wild guess. What did the Verbena use for their magic?
Sex.
Blood.
Oh.
Yeah. There it is. You gotta come up with a body fluid offering if you want Stag's attention.
Oh, so just not blood.
Yeah. Not just blood. It can be your sweat
Any
that you...
bodily fluid.
Yeah, you can squeeze the blood off a guy. You can, like, piss in a bowl and then have to use that.
You could use
Me and
your
Ryan
both
know what we
realized
mean.
tears.
Blood, sweat, and tears for Great Stag.
True.
Get super creative and use your spinal fluid.
Oh, yeah,
But,
that works.
yeah,
Or
find a way
your
to,
cerebral spinal fluid.
yeah, find a way to extract that.
Now you just got to give them the baby batter.
You know the pus that comes out of pimples?
Uh-huh.
Oof.
Oh,
I think
no.
that'll summon Black Stag.
There it is. They'll summon the angry part of Stag. There's a fourth face. Well, fourth faces of Stag. That's his war aspect. He just made clones of himself that fight the war for him. And that's what Stag is off there doing, fighting wars in the Umbra. Stag's a busy man. He'll let you know when he's ready to talk to you. All right. Let's talk about his partner in crime, the Morrigan. Who wants to talk about the Morrigan? I want to talk about the Morrigan. We know who the Morrigan is in Celtic myth, right? See, don't tell me I'm the only guy who knows, right?
You are.
All right. So the Morrigan is the three-faced war goddess of Celtic myth. She was black eyes, raven hair, super pale skin, and she was three people existing in one body. Where she was war, destiny, and death all rolled up into one goddess. And she would go out in the middle of war, be with her soldiers off in the spiritual plane, encouraging them to go off and kill. And then after war, she's summoning her ravens to eat the eyeballs of everyone else. She has ties to the Korax. And her existence is the reason why the Korax are so tight with the Fianna. And you look up the etymology of her name, it directly translates to Nightmare Queen. She's so spooky sounding, it's really fun. And you can imagine what a war goddess like her would be like. How do you want to please Morgan? Death and fear. It's like get her attention. She wants you to take heads and put them on spikes and leave them out in the middle of a field. And let the ravens eat the eyeballs of them. As long as her little birds are happy, she's happy.
Aren't the Morrigan also a camp of the Korax?
I believe they have a little group that's named after her. It's the more militaristic branch of the Korax.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you've got that. You can imagine just how creepy it is with the Morrigan. But she's not like the three fates. All three of her personalities are on the same page whenever you talk with them. So, yeah. I really do like the idea of the Morrigan. She has a sick-looking picture in 2nd edition where it's her behind two Nazi soldiers, and she's got an axe ready to cut off both of their heads in one swing.
Wow.
It's so creepy looking. All right. Let's talk about the big guy at Fenrir. Fenrir, you like Fenrir? You like the guy Fenris, Ryan?
Of course I do.
It's
Why
to
wouldn't
try
I
to
like
pick
the
the
guy for this?
try to pick the first and foremost. Let's talk about the cost. What does Fenrir ask for whenever you summon him?
A fuck ton.
A hand.
Yeah.
And that hand, when he bites it off, it doesn't grow back. So it's a steep price whenever you ask for Fenrir. And Fenrir is like the god emperor of mankind. He was the strongest werewolf to ever live. And he was so incredibly badass that Gaia said, "We can't let you go." He ascended to, he became an ancestor spirit that rose in power so quickly, he became a treble totem and now leads his family, his descendants. even after he's been sealed and placed in a dark umbra, he's still in charge of the family. So all that stern football dad stuff I was talking about with Fenrir, imagine a dad that's so incredibly strict you can't even talk to this guy. That you, I'm imagining a guy whose standards are just so incredibly high, nothing is good enough for Fenrir. You can always do better. You think this impresses me? You got all A's on your report card, you powerlifted, and you broke a world record. You think that's good enough? How about you keep going? You can do better. You can always do better in Fenrir's eyes. Where Fenrir's an asshole, but he's right. You can't argue with that. And see what's the big thing with the Baguette Fenris, by the way? See what's the
Strength.
power? Yes, you want to
Honor.
be you want to be a big man. You want to be an honorable man. You want to be like Fenrir. Fenrir says, "Why aren't you like me? Be like me. I'm Mr. Perfect. I was the guy who ascended to godhood. If I did it, so can you." You know who he reminds me of? Ferris Manus from 40K, where that was his whole relationship with his legion, the Iron Hands, was back when I was a baby. I crash landed in this volcanic planet, and I dug my way out of volcanic rock when I was 2 days old. And I went off and I fought these giant metal monsters, and I climbed the top of Mount Olympus, and I fought a giant metal hydra with my bare hands, killed it, and got these giant magic hands made out of metal. If I can do it, so can you. Well, Ferris Manus, I'm not you. Well, be like me. Find out how to be like me. That's your relationship with Fenrir.
The fact that he almost got turned into a pet and had his tribe enslaved by Odin doesn't really speak well
Yeah,
to
he
the
got
tribe.
he had the one fuck up, and that was it. Just the one. But it did cost you. But Wotan got his because Fenrir did manage to send him back to hell, and he ain't ever coming back until maybe the apocalypse. But I'm not gonna bank on it because I don't know how many lies did Wotan tell.
Fun.
So yeah, we should be fine. Now let's talk about a nicer totem with the Fenris. Let's talk about Snow Queen, who I feel is extremely
Yay!
underrated. Shani, I want to talk about this one in particular because I knew you were going to be in this episode. So this, like, are you familiar with the legend of the Snow Queen?
Vaguely.
It's a Danish myth where you have exactly that, the Snow Queen, who is this incredible cynic who loses faith in humanity from her own isolation and her own bitterness. And she sees these two siblings playing, Kai and Gerda, and she says, just for the sake of ruining their day, I'm going to kidnap the little brother, Kai. And now Gerda has to go on this adventure to save the brother, but I'm not going to let her save the brother. I'm just going to keep her, I'm going to capture both of them. I'm just going to have Gerda suffer on this entire adventure for nothing. But when Gerda finally reaches the end, it's her compassion and her love for her little brother. To summarize it very quickly, there was like a looking glass puzzle that Gerda needed to solve. And Gerda's compassion for her brother ends up warming the heart of the Snow Queen and renews her faith in humanity after she sees that. And the whole Aesop of the story was to not let yourself be shut off from the rest of the world. Know that there's still human goodness out there. Know that there's still human kindness out there. And that's the whole story behind the Snow Queen. And she's exactly that, because you know the whole Viking culture, that's not necessarily a Fenris thing. Because Fenrir was the big damn wolf out in the middle of the woods. He was the biggest, baddest wolf to ever live. Well, Snow Queen is more of a Viking ideal, because you remember what Snow Queen's ban is? Hospitality.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be a good host. You gotta invite the guys in. You don't fight a man under the roof of your own home. You don't insult a man. You also be a good guest. The mead hall and the dinner being such central aspects to Viking culture. Where this totem, it brings in the honor of the god Fenris. This feels Norse, and I do appreciate it, because I feel like more Fenrir packs need to have Snow Queen as their totem.
This is what I like. Sorry, I think
tell me.
I always thought that a Snow Queen would be a good totem. Fangs of Garm, which is my favorite
oh yes,
camp.
Yeah. Same thing with the Valkyries, where Yeah,
Well, the Valkyries are cool.
yeah.
Like I would be like when I get around to designing my Get character, I would want her to would have taken a Snow Queen as her totem.
And she's not that expensive either. You can take her as a personal totem, and you only need 5 points.
Polite but deadly.
Yeah. And it's good to see a social totem with the Fenris, good old Snow Queen. All right, we have 6 smaller card spaces up to. You want to talk about Cuckoo?
Sure.
The asshole totem.
The one that literally
Yes.
steals other birds' nests by pushing their eggs out and laying its own.
Yeah,
Isn't
And
that's not.
Fenris
Isn't he the one that
Fenris
goes
only
crazy for
took him
Cocoa
because
Puffs?
he was.
Yeah. Fucking Ryan.
Sorry, what did you say, Ryan?
Isn't he the one that goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
He
Fenris
clicks-
only took him. Fenris took him into his group because he found him funny.
Yeah, he thought, "Hey, you're an asshole. I like you. Come be in my pack." There it is. And guys, Cuckoo's whole personality is that he's just the worst. Just the worst. I think I've mentioned Edward Crumb around you guys before, and Robert Crumb around you guys, the guy who made Fritz the Cat. He made a comic
No.
called The Snoid, and it was just a guy who was just the worst fucking guy in the world, and that's what Cuckoo is. Just he's a pervert. He treats people badly. He's got like all these like weird like borderline criminal tendencies to him. Wherever you say anything to him, he always has a snide remark, or he just goes out of your way to ruin your day. That's what Cuckoo is. So yeah, all the great fun stuff. Like, why would anyone ever take Cuckoo as their totem? Well, the whole point is that the totem chooses you. You don't choose the totem. But I think I'd want to leave the pack instead of having Cuckoo as my totem.
Cuckoo is like the kind of totem that'll make you ruin families by knocking up someone's wife.
There it is. The
Or
Nick
bringing
Rikita
up
totem.
politics.
Yeah. You end up becoming just like Nick Rikita. You end up breaking up a guy's marriage by getting his wife addicted to cocaine.
Oh gosh.
And that's what happens. Say, hey, are you happily married? Come on, let's turn your marriage into a polycule. You had an open marriage, right? You have 5 kids. Let's bring another woman to your marriage. That kind of stuff. And Cuckoo does it because he thinks it's funny. Because after all, he's a totem. He's a spirit. He's not going to go anywhere anytime soon unless you seal him away with big damn magic. So he can just get away with this kind of stuff. What are you going to do? Like, not have my gifts? It's the whole thing with Cuckoo. You gotta love it. You gotta love a good asshole kind of character. What do you think Cuckoo sounds like? If you were to give Cuckoo a voice.
Snooty asshole.
Yeah, because I'm gonna sound strange saying this. To me, Tim Allen is the kind of voice I get for Cuckoo, just because Tim Allen, whenever he plays an asshole character, does it so well. Yeah, this guy comes out, he sounds like the guy from Home Improvement. All right, let's see what else we got. You're gonna watch the Santa Claus this year, by the way?
I haven't watched the Santa Claus in years.
Right?
Yeah, you gotta watch all 3 movies in a triple feature.
It's gonna be on every station.
See, well, my brain went into Totem. I was typing in cockroach instead of cockroach.
Kill cockroach.
There it
All
is.
the last walkers here have to say that.
This snake in the grass cockroach sold his tribe out for Pentex money. There it is. It's this.
Nah, that's a bullshit apocalypse scenario, and we all know it.
Right.
Cockroach would sell
Yeah.
your soul for a halfpenny.
It wasn't his soul. It was literally the entire tribe's souls and every single ancestor spirit in that apocalypse scenario.
There it is. And who signed off on the deal? Who signed his name at the bottom of that contract?
But doesn't
Technically, he had
Spider
like
kill
1,000.
cockroach?
Yeah. As he should. Spider did the right thing.
Do you
Like,
think
So you'd
Spider
rather
being the
Glass
glass
Rider? You think
Yes.
Spider would be a better leader than Cockroach for the Glasswalkers?
There it is. Weaver ascending. That exactly happens. And Cockroach always the Glasswalkers book describes him as the CEO of the Glasswalkers. Because remember, he was around when they were the Warriors of Men and the Tetrasomnians. And he was all, this is nice, all this anthropology, sociology kind of stuff, yeah. Hey, I'm going to go on vacation. Starbridge Lion, you lead the pack. And then when he comes back, Starbridge Lion did such a terrible job that Cockroach immediately seizes control forcibly from Starbridge Lion and starts raining the Glasswalkers again.
To be fair, Cockroach should have pushed them to go ahead with the plan that you mentioned, the Red Talons episode, where it's basically fuck all the humans until there's nothing but Gyro and kinfolk left.
And there it
All the
is.
problems would have been solved if they have just gone that route. We would
You
have
have
been
a
looking at like 700 million Garu at this point.
Population bomb as their own menace.
No,
Yeah,
1 out of 10.
There it
1
is.
out of 10 children of kinfolk and Garu are Garu
There we
before
go.
pure breed factors in.
Cockroach, why haven't you made the serum that just turns people into werewolves already? You have all this money, you have all this stuff, you can get away with it. Just give us the werewolf Viagra that gives us a more of a chance of conceiving a first changing kinfolk. There it is.
The
Technically
way
that
your
exists.
mind works is very
Yeah.
interesting.
That's in Book of the Weaver.
you
Also,
have
he's working with the were-cockroaches now.
You have Cockroach sitting at his desk and he says, "This episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. You want to conceive your next werewolf kid? We're going to get this Blue Chew for you." I imagine, like, Cockroach to me always comes across as like a little bit like because cockroaches are vermin animal. It's like dirty, sleazy. If you got dog with my job, I go into convenience stores in their back rooms and I will pull up crates of soda and I'll see cockroach colonies beneath the soda.
To be fair,
Ew.
cockroaches are actually more of a decomposer, not a scavenger. They actually are similar to termites.
Yeah, they're decomposing the soda.
No,
Yes.
cellulose, like leaves and stuff.
There it is. Have you guys seen the movie Joe's Apartment, by the way?
Nope.
No.
It's this 1996 movie where it's this guy who lives in a apartment with all these dancing, singing cockroaches. It was made by
Wow.
MTV.
Of course
So-
it was.
Yeah, those are some of the stores I go into. You got all these fucking cockroaches in them.
Oh right, that reminds me. You're not allowed to kill cockroaches if you have
Yeah,
cockroaches as your totem.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you gotta leave them around. So cockroaches come to me comes across as like a really like sleazy, sketchy CEO in terms of his character, where
But they're rich. They
yeah,
can
he's
just
gonna
pay off the health inspector to not say
yeah,
anything.
yeah, like Cockroach sends you an email saying we've sent your time off request by human resources. It's been denied. Semicolon frowny face. And it's kind of or if you quit the Glasswalkers, he won't pay you vacation time after you leave. Cockroach would be delighted to not pay you. If you if you fall off a ladder, you'll be fired before you hit the ground. Yeah. Is that's kind of
You
CEO
were too
Cockroach comes
stupid
across
to live anyway.
Yeah, there it is. What are you doing in my tribe? Get out, go join the Bonars. Po boy.
Getting kicked out of the Glasswalkers and having to go to the Bonars would be like the worst thing ever for a Glasswalker.
You would get dunked on so badly by the Bonars.
Oh yeah.
And the previous
Send
CEO
you in
was
Hirano real quick.
oh yeah, nothing's more sad than a depressed homeless man. And then we got Starbridge Lion, the former CEO, who was doing okay for himself until his laissez-faire management led to the Glasswalkers biting each other's heads off, worshiping the City Fathers, and eventually going down the toilet bowl until Cockroach came in and took the clan from him. And who is Starbridge Lion, by the way?
Steam engine.
He's a train.
Yeah, he's a train.
He's a train.
You want to worship a train? Well, guess what? The train brings you a lot of money. That's why you're going to worship it. Back when there were the Iron Riders, and if you wanted to make money, there was money to be made in the railroad industry. You got a train as your totem. And that's how you're going to do it. We're going to send this guy all the way from Virginia to California, and he's going to come back with all this gold, and we're going to get rich. So that's what it was. Just Starbridge Lion to me comes across as a CEO who's all about profit, profit, profit. We got to find a way to crank this margin. We got to generate as much revenue, as much profit as possible. What are you doing when you're PPE on the job? You're wasting time. You're not out on the floor. Forget your personal protection equipment. Go out there and work. Just keep working. Just keep doing all this. Just keep inflating the numbers and the stocks until the point where we have an economic crash. Is exactly what happened with Starbridge Lion. So there he is. As it turns out, Starbridge Lion was better at middle management than actually running a tribe. and now he's what's the position called the CFO of the Glasswalkers. What is that? The fuck is that? Chief Financial Officer, that's what it's called.
I think what you heard is maybe Clashing Boom Boom in the distance.
Do you want to talk about Clashing Boom Boom?
Yes.
Wild
Yes,
card number 2 slots filled up Clashing Boom Boom. It's a plane.
It's a plane, it's a bomber, it's a spaceship, it's a death ray. It's everything cutting edge of war that leaves mass destruction.
Clashing Boom Boom, when she first formed, was known as Minerva, the Roman goddess of war. And ever since then, she has rebuilt and readapted herself and changed her name how many times to become a small stealth bomber, is how she appears now.
B2 stealth bomber, and that's a nuclear one.
There it is. And she
It'd be like getting nuked.
Well, one of the coolest things I ever read in Werewolf was during World War II, Clashing Boom Boom would possess planes and would take control of them and just dive bomb Nazi bases with herself.
that's dope.
Yeah, and she is a harsh mother to follow, as quoted in the Glassworkers second edition book. She is a commander. You do what I say when I say it, but she's not, say, suicidally stupid like Falcon is. We're going to talk about Falcon when we get to Falcon. And what you do, like Clashing Boom Boom says, because she knows what she's talking about. She is the war goddess. She Athena used to be her. She knows what she's talking about. You go out there and you do it. And if you disobey an order, you hit the showers. You drop and give me 5,000 because you're a cross-form werewolf. You can do that much.
And if you kill a civilian, you're dead on the spot.
Oh yeah, court-martialed, tried by military tribunal. You ain't getting out of that.
The tribunal is just 3 forms of her that she just summarily finds you guilty and shoots you.
Imagine dying by that firing squad. Now, you're familiar with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right?
Not really.
Let's see.
I've never watched it.
Check out this clip in your spare time. Whenever you see Aerosmith in that anime fight, and you get to see just how deadly a small fighting jet would be as an ally. Just how many fights just having that stand could solve. There we go. Let's see. We got one more Glassworker Tome to talk about because there's just that many good ones. We're skipping Monkey King. I'm sorry. We're going into Obadidala and Easy Credit. You spell easy as easy, by the way.
Echo Zulu.
Take it easy, babe. And what are they about?
Money.
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 Why aren't you making
The corporate
money?
wolves.
Line goes up forever. We got money. We got crypto. We got NFTs. We got trust funds. We got to buy more stocks. We got to keep inflating the market. We're always it's not bearish, bullish towards the stock market. The stocks are going to go up anytime. It's time to buy. Go out there and make some money, guys.
Yeah,
Quickly buy all the technocracy conventions out. We'll have all the stuff from Iteration X. We'll have fertile metas from the progenitors.
See, Ryan, what you gotta do is you gotta get into stocks today. That's what you gotta do.
See, Ryan, know what? I'm all set. I'm gonna.
Ryan, you got a Robin Hood?
Not doing that. No.
You got a Robin Hood. You need to go ahead and get one started. We're gonna pump as much money as possible into AMC stock again. It worked the first time. It'll work again. See. Speaking of which, what are the recent stock prices? I haven't looked at the prices today.
I've never looked at the prices.
So you want to buy stock in Warner Media? See,
no.
It's 73 cents for a stock. Now is the time. Now is the time to buy, Ryan.
And I wouldn't even know where to begin, so I'm just gonna pass on that.
There it is. Well, you know what Schoolhouse Rock is? They had an entire song about buying stocks. I'm not even kidding you. You had a little pigeon hat saying to you about buying stocks to children.
Oh, I was thinking of the Jack Black version.
Yeah. So when those kids grow up, they're investment sharks like Warren Buffett. And that's what Oh My Dollar and Easy Credit will do to you. They want you to become the next Warren Buffett. Go ahead, open up the DraftKings, open up a FanDuel, start sports betting today.
Quick, get a whole bunch of $1 bills from the Bonars, give them $100, and then turn each of those $1 bills into $100 bills.
See who is playing a game right now? Who's playing a game? Let's see here. Look at all these bets. See what we got here. See week. See now I'm scrolling reverse. Okay, we got a game starting at 8:15. No, not you. You're not. Okay, we got a game in the midst right now. The Bengals and the Giants. Who's going to win this game?
Giants, obviously.
Place your bets. Place your bets. Who's going to win? Bengals or Giants?
Obviously Giants.
There we go. That's what Almighty Dollar and Easy Credit always talk to you about. You got a bet. You got an opportunity to make money. Go out there and get the money. What's going to be worse for you? You lose the money. All right, you can get more of it later. Just go out. Just spend the money. You got to spend money to make money. We just got to keep getting the line to go up forever. And that's it. As it turns out, it works because doesn't he have a cairn dedicated to him, Almighty Dollar, where it's an entire 5-star hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, if you were
I
to
wouldn't
do
be
$1
surprised if it-
Yeah.
as a Karen, I think that would be the New York Stock Exchange.
See, or that it, Wall Street itself is his cairn.
Yeah.
Well, let's pull up the Plaza Hotel. Yeah, that's where you can find Almighty Dollar at.
At one point, I will play in a game where I have resources.
Where you have money. Zamir has no money. Cliff Reed has no money. Grim had no need for money.
Sylvester didn't have any money either. He
There
took
it
all
is.
his money off the people he ate.
See that for the Miami game that Kyle's starting, you will have 5 points in resources.
Absolutely.
There it is. A big old reverse.
Glasswalker
and
and
now-
Tom.
And now we're
Glasswalker's
talking
the
about
best.
the exact opposite, Griffin.
Fuck Griffin.
Griffin.
At this rate, he's just going to have griffins made by the progenitors, and then they're going to shape reality as griffins as being humanity's best pets. Then the Red Talons are going to be fucked.
You can't reason with Griffin. There is no negotiating with this guy. It is he wants one thing, and that is human extinction, and there is no changing his mind. Now Griffin, the scary part about him, the Red Talon Cairns, he hangs around those. He freely patrols those because he is waiting for something to come into that cairn that's not a wolf, so he can kill it.
I have one question about Griffin. Will he
Yeah.
allow a Homid that's going full lupus to mate with the lupus?
No. If it has 2 legs, it dies.
Right, I'm saying full lupus as in spend the rest of his life in lupus.
You will need not even that, because there's a segment. I think it's the Science Strider's book. I'm trying to think of what book it was. I think it was the Science Strider who went into a Red Talon cairn, and he convinced all the Red Talons that he was a lupus. Until as he's leaving, Griffin descends from the sky, lands on his back, and almost tears out his spine because he knows he's Hamid.
Oof.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
There it is. If it's 2 legs, it dies with Griffin.
So what you're saying is we need to burn the Red Talon Karens to the ground because we can't count them as allies.
Because after all, Griffin
That's a bit
is
extreme.
the reason why Griffin does this is because he's on a revenge quest.
We just
You
need
used to
take
have
out
Griffins.
power.
Yeah. Griffin's power. Griffin is strong as hell. You want to go over this guy's clan bonuses again? Yeah. Because
The
Griffin,
individual will give you communications with birds of prey without
Yeah.
the use of a gift, and
2
2
dots
darts
in
of
glory.
Yeah.
And then
As a pack, you get 3 dots of alertness, and the Red Talons show their respect for the pack.
alertness. That's your initiative rolls that's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there
What
you
if
go.
you have 5 dots in alertness, though?
You'll get 8 dots.
Oh boy.
Behold, nothing will ever sneak up on you ever again.
It's true.
And that's what you get with Griffin. You get sight beyond sight with Griffin. And the reason why he's like this, you used to have Griffins walking around during the Savage Age, but because of either climate change or humans
Technocracy.
or humans killing all the Griffins, there are no more Griffins, and Griffin blames humanity for it. And Griffin's lust for revenge will never be satiated until every human is extinct.
I'm pretty sure the technocracy reasoned griffins out of existence.
Yeah, there it is. And those are humans, so therefore all humans must die, according to Griffin.
Yep.
Would
There
the
is.
Red
Until they
Talon
reason.
consider a less homicidal yet still animal friendly totem?
Well, you have the alternate. We're going to use up wild card slot number 3, Old Wolf of the Woods, where King Agreed requested this one. Old Wolf of the Woods was the original wolf, by the way. And he was the leader of the Garo Nation for a while, back when they were unified and they didn't break up into tribes. And then fucking Falcon had to come down and convince the Surfangs to follow him. And now Old Wolf of the Woods, nobody follows him anymore because the entire Garo Nation is just wrapped up in their own ideological bullshit. And now the only people that listen to him are the Red Talons. So, behold, what does Old Wolf of the Woods want? He wants wolves to be left alone. Just quit hunting me, quit coming after me. I just want to be out in nature, doing what I was put on this world to do: hunt, mate, eat, sleep, die. That's as simple as my life should be. I don't want this war going on with the worm. I don't want all this human bullshit going on. Just leave me in peace, is what Old Wolf of the Woods wants. And uh he is a very sad, like, constantly depressed spirit because of just how weavery and how wormish the world was becoming, and how less and less Gaian society is becoming. And when the last wolf dies, Old Wolf of the Woods would die with them. And
Oh.
his ban is that he won't accept a Hamid or a Metis into his pack. You have to be Lupus. So, yeah, this is a ton that you will never see him play in any game. Because, Eden, have you ever, you played a werewolf for the first time and it was a Metis.
Yep.
Are you ever going to make a Lupus?
It would have to be the Cyberdog one
Yeah,
from the comic.
that's why I mean you will never see Old Wolf of the Woods in the game. It's just something that just won't ever happen. And we have one more totem to talk about. It was the White Howler totem, but now it is a Red Talon totem. A lion. You want to talk about lion? Let's talk about lion. See, Dan gets mad whenever I call him White Lion. I just do it just to, like, if you have the White Howlers, you need to have a White Lion.
Well, there used to be European lions.
Yeah,
That's
you
where
had those. That was a real thing.
Yeah, Romans killed
And
them off.
see, why did W20 almost double this guy's background cost? The fuck are you doing?
Probably because
there
he's
we go.
PG.
Revised. We're going back to revised. So when the White Howlers fell, after falling Green Dragon into Malpheus, and then they did the Devil Deal, Lion was about to just vanish into obscurity until Griffin came over and said, "Hang on a minute, buddy. We got kinship going on here. You want revenge? I want revenge. Let's get revenge together." And the White Howlers are gone, but Lion is still here. And he still has this whole proud warrior aspect to himself, but it would greatly please Lion if you would just, I don't know, kill all the Black Spiral dancers. He wants you to mercy kill his kids. Please destroy all of my children. That is your mission. And let's see, the Fianna are trying their best on that. It's taking them a while. So with Lion, what kind of animal stereotypes do you really get from Lion?
Karems.
Yeah, proud, kingly. I got big dick energy. I come in, everybody does what I say because I'm the coolest. That kind of stuff. I'm surprised that he's not a Bastet totem, in all honesty. That, what you have the Simba, and the Simba had complete control over Africa for a while. Why weren't you with the Simba? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know. Spread his influence, maybe. I don't know.
Well, maybe he just needs. He's not interested in Africa because, my children, the Simba, have already got Africa under control. I need to make sure the rest of the world worships me. So you guys do what you're going to do in Africa. I'm going to go over and I'm going to try to reestablish my presence with Griffin, with my good friend Griffin. And with these, you get the most sane members of the Red Talons if you follow Lion. And let's see, let's
Would
go
that be
into
Whelp's Compromise?
Whelp's Compromise or Wars of the Land, where the Wars of the Land say, just this is my territory, get out of my territory, I won't chase you out of my territory. This is the line, don't cross this line. With the Wars of the Land.
Don't tread on me energy.
It had it's another Red Talon character I've got sitting in the distance. Sympathy for the Devil. She's a Word of the Land. And have we ever gone over Lion's stat bonuses? I don't think we have.
Nope.
No, we haven't. Let me talk about him from Revised. Background cost 5 individuals. You get a temporary point of honor. As a pack, you get 3 points in Animal Kin. You get 4 extra points of willpower per story. And any roll to impress an elder or leader is made at -1 difficulty. The ban: Lion's children must destroy anyone who poaches animals. Good. Lion sounds like a pretty good guy. I don't know. Is there a way to retire Griffin and get Lion as the head totem of the Red Talons instead?
That would be nice.
Yeah, we just got
Because like it or not, the Red Talons are part human, and they have to work with the other tribes if they don't want to become extinct.
Yeah, that's the big conflict with Red Talons. The Red Talons eventually having to eat crow and admit that what they're doing is wrong. You're right to be angry, but you're going about this in all the wrong ways. I still love the Red Talons, though. They're my favorite tribe. Also, just simple. We don't have easy credit. We don't have mythological animals. We got Griffin, the best animal, and he's who we're going to follow. All right, end the questions. All right, Grandfather of Thunder. Let's talk about this guy. You want to talk about the great fascist in the sky?
He's so fascistic, he'll literally absorb all the Black Spiral dancers.
He will, because when he falls to the worm in the apocalypse scenario, he looks at Whippoorwill, kills Whippoorwill, and then forcibly integrates the Black Spiral dancers into the Shadow Lords.
Yep, that means there aren't Black Spiral dancers; they're Shadow Lords.
There are. This is the biggest man in the world. He is the hopes and dreams of the of the Shadow Lords obtaining world dominating power made manifest. He is this gigantic black wolf with electricity crackling around his body that is out, and he wants control. That is the simple answer with Grandfather Thunder. I want to control the world. That is his whole character motivation. And he will do whatever it takes, any means, foul or fair, in order to get that control. I love his picture too. In the Rage card game, he's got this picture where he's in front of Las Vegas, and you just get to see how colossal Grandfather Thunder is.
Goodness.
Yeah, he's a big wolf. He stands 30 feet tall. And there is. He just walks in a battle and just points his finger and just shoots you with a ball of lightning and smites you and turns you into a pillar of salt. And then just keeps walking. See, Eden, you posted something. But no, that's you, Ryan. Yeah, that's the card I'm talking about. That's the card. I fucking love that image. And see what else we got. Well, that's pretty simple to talk about Grandfather Thunder. You just want to talk about a controlling dictator. That's exactly what you get with Grandfather Thunder. You like big government, Eden?
Not really.
You want a government so big you can never control, you can never temper it?
Nope.
That's the exact kind of thing that Grandfather Thunder wants. You gotta love this guy, right? He's looking over at Russia. He's saying, "Well, is this Vladimir Lenin and Joseph Stalin are launching communism, and they have this greater scheme of making it a global phenomenon? Well, let's just go ahead. Let's just let them do it, and I'll have my Shadow Lords hijack the project and see if they can put more power in my pocket while communism spreads, and nothing will go wrong." You'll love it. And he also has a right hand man, right? He has Crow, who's on his he's on his left arm in that picture. But Crow, to me, comes across as a sycophant, because Crow was the totem of the Blacks. I keep wanting to call them the Black Spiral Dancers because they pretty much are the Shadow Lords. before Grandfather Thunder made himself manifest. And Crow will never get over his failure. You failed the Shadow Lords. You failed to make them the leaders of the Guru Nation, and you will never forget it. And you're going to stew on that, seethe about that forever. You're going to look at Falcon and look at everything he's got and wish that you were him. You want the power, same as Grandfather Thunder. But while Grandfather Thunder is going around with my pure strength and power will lead us to greatness, Crow is almost an evil bastard, because he's going around and what he's doing is that he's the fixer and the torturer of the Shadow Lords. You want to get a guy you want to interrogate a guy? You want to know who's teaching all the interrogation tactics of the Shadow Lords? If you're familiar with the Drukhari from 40K, it's that kind of stuff he's teaching them. Shadow Lords, what they would do in Mongolia, they would get a man and tie him up by his feet and hang him off a tree, and they would dunk him in a pot of big boiling water. And every time he comes out, he's got one less layer of skin. He goes, ah! They dump him back into the water, ah! And that's the kind of screams that they would have their children go to sleep to. There it is.
And to think, if I had to pick a camp for the Shadow Lords, I would have gone with Child of Crow.
Exactly, because the Children of Crow, if you're looking for a soldier Shadow Lord, well, behold, that's the one you go with. It's you have two real camps with the Shadow Lords. You have the Lords of the Summit and the Children of Crow. You have the other ones too, but whenever you made a character with those, and then you've got
Dungeons of Doom sound cool.
Yeah, you do. We do have Ursula in our Russia gamer, who is a bringer of the light, but not a bringer of light, Judge of Doom, and that's about it. But you keep all these other camps secret, and that's really it with the Shadow Lords. You only have these two totems, because why would Grandfather Thunder share the throne with anyone else? I mean, why would you do that? The big man throne cannot be contested. You like big men? You like big men in politics? And
Sure.
I'm a friend with the big guy, but the biggest in the world. Like a good old like Putin and Xi Jinping kind of guy. You want to talk about Owl? Let's talk about Owl.
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah, the Death God. Now, what kind of owl is Owl?
All the owls.
Yeah. When you imagine Owl, what does Owl look like?
I automatically think of a moon-faced owl.
A cow.
Or no, barn owl.
Yeah, the barn
I
owl.
think it's called a barn owl. Yeah.
Yeah, the kind of owls that look like an apple after you cut it in half.
I don't know why, but I picture a cow.
Yes.
Yeah, a cow.
Yeah.
A cow.
Yeah.
There it is.
For owl.
Yeah. There is no owl totem. It's secretly been called this entire time. Don't worry about that. For me, it's a horned owl whenever I think about owl.
Barn
owl. There it is. Just the horns are accentuating it, making it look more intimidating to me. Well, owl is like every owl blended into one single bird. That's the kind of bird you get with owl. And it's always weird to me, why are the Sound Striders, who got their start in Egypt, following a European animal as their totem? Well, it's because the wisdom. That's what they want, is the wisdom. I don't know if owl was the original totem. It might have been. I'm going to have to look at Sound Striders first edition again. But I think they did get their start with owl, and it's more that owl chose them, and it was more of a identity without borders kind of thing, because the Sound Striders got their start in Egypt, but being Egyptian isn't their identity, so to speak. They've always been nomadic. They had early Sound Striders in India going around talking with the Ravnos. So behold, the owl is just about everywhere. What is the natural habitat of the owl? Let's see, owl habitats. Let's go ahead. Where can I find an owl?
Anywhere, really.
There's a species of owls that live underground.
Yeah, they live in, what was that, Florida? There was a whole book about that, and a movie.
Yeah, Hoot.
It was one. You won't find a desert. That's a hell of a bed. That's a desert, prairies, and Arctic tundra, or forest. If you've got one of those four biomes, you got an owl in it.
Yeah. we've got
There it
owls
is.
here, and then my grandfather's got an owl up where he lives.
Let's see, we got one in a tree nearby my house. It'll make sounds while I'm trying to sleep. Let's see, aha,
He's
there it
serenading
is.
you.
There is an Egyptian owl. I was wrong.
Hey, maybe sleep inside.
See, there it is. There it is. Posting this in studio notes. There he is.
Post it in
There he
the
is.
recording booth.
Let's see, there he is. The fucking owl right there. Yep. Just click studio notes. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Whatever I said in the Sunstar's episode, I was wrong. There are owls in Egypt. That's the Pharaoh Eagle Owl. That's what that is. Okay, and now we can go back into recording booth.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out. I said it's real. It exists. It's what it looks like. Okay. And same thing with the whole kind of stereotypes of the owl. The owl being the wise owl, the genius, I know everything and you know nothing kind of owl. There's another totem too, Raven, where you remember when we were doing the Quarks episode and Raven met with Owl and they said, "Oh, smart, I'm smart, you're smart, we're super smart. Let's share the smartness with each other." The real meeting of the minds between the two birds. And same thing too with Native American culture. Owls are these grim reapers that will go around and take the souls that are recently deceased off to the afterlife. So it makes sense why a tribe seemingly obsessed with death and cryptic answers would have Owl as their totem. And same thing with Owl. Owl is also another totem that's constantly in contact with his children. You gotta go into the deep umbra and the dark umbra to find him, but once you're there, just stand around for a little bit. Owl will fly over, land on your shoulder, and say, "Hey, what's up, buddy? What have you learned?" Of course, Owl will be a little bit more elegant than what I just said. I don't know.
No, it depends on his mood, I guess.
Let's see. Oh, your vapid vocabulary of a non-tribal totem such as yourself. Well,
A real quick question. It says the ban Owl's children must leave small rodents tied and helpless in the woods for him and his kind. Does it say? Do they have to be alive or dead?
alive, so you can use them to make the
Yeah,
toy spawn.
they have to be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would squirrels work? Would squirrels and
Yes.
chipmunks work?
Yeah,
It's
Yes.
kind of rodent, really.
yeah. If it's in the Rodente family, then it'll work.
Which,
Although
by the way,
Rat fucking hates
porcupines-
owls.
Yeah,
Porcupines
Rat
count.
hates this guy because, like, I don't know, like, nature and the ecosystem exists. Like, get over it, Rat. Get over it.
Now,
Get good.
Would this count as a so you know
As a
how
what?
Lions ban was you can't you must protect wildlife.
Yeah.
Would this conflict with that?
Yes.
See, you must protect those. You must protect wildlife from people hunting wildlife for fun.
Okay,
Is Lion's chick.
I got you.
Yeah. So as long as you're not hunting an endangered rat and having it finding an endangered rat, and you're not giving it to Owl, then Lion will have no issue with you.
Dope.
But as long as you're not just doing this for pleasure, you're not going out collecting a whole big box of rats and then tying them up to sticks and then feeding them to Owl, then Lion would be fine. So, Shane, you got any ideas about Owl?
I really like Owl because I really like the.
Just
And it comes to mind. You guys know of Avatar: The Last Airbender?
yes,
Wan Shi Tong,
yes,
Owl,
yes.
personification of Owl.
There we go.
Since the Striders are so knowledge oriented.
The
Everyone
owl
is
spirit.
everyone is forbidden from this library except for my children.
Yeah, this giant owl that looks like No Face, and he comes in and he's got the long neck. So, how freaky that whole scene is too, where you just encounter that thing and it just breaks your mind when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, and I think that's just simple with Owl. If you want Owl's attention, just have new information. Just learn something new and then tell it to Owl. He'll be happy to hear what that you're learning. Even though Owl knows everything already, he wants to know that you are at least learning. You're at least trying to get on his level. You probably never will reach that level, but he at least wants you to try. And there's a bunch of other Sunstar totems, but we'll get back to them later, maybe with our wild cards. Because we do have three more 3 more slots left open. You want to talk about Falcon now? Let's talk about this idiot. Let's talk about this idiot.
Sure.
It's your fault the Silver Fangs have gone to shit. It's your fault. You don't know anything you're talking about, Falcon. You don't know a single thing you're talking about. Oh my god.
As to be expected from a bird that literally made a fetish that can mind control Garu and make them do your bidding.
The Silver Crown?
Yep.
Yeah. There it is.
It's not mind control. I wouldn't call it mind control.
See, it's brain control.
It's compulsion.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing about Falcon that I know is they punch really good.
Yeah, they dive out of the sky and then land on you face first and knock you out of the sky. There it is.
What a way to kill your food.
There it is. It's the Falcon. Also being one of the fastest birds on the planet. And the whole thing with Falcon is, have you seen stuff like Starship Troopers?
No.
I have not.
Where the whole thing behind it is like, hey kid, you want to be a hero? Well, go ahead and enlist and die in my name. Just go ahead. Some of you may be lost, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Falcon comes in and baits you with heroism and royalty and nobleness and all these other buzzwords, and will tell you that there'll be glory and much honor to your name, and he'll send you on a suicide mission that you probably won't survive. But he says it's fine. Everybody goes on these kind of missions, and everybody becomes a hero by doing this kind of stuff. And he wants you to have this whole idea of nobleness, an idea of valor, and it's all these false promises. And ultimately, with Falcon, it's if you fail one mission, Falcon will ask you to jump off a cliff instead of continuing to be a Silverfang. It's a great mentor, right? Fucking love Falcon. It's your fault. The reason why the Silverfangs have gone to shit, and the whole thing is that he like tricked the Silverfangs into joining him by saying, "I will lead you to greatness if you follow me." But I'm wondering, just what did Falcon have to his name around that time? It's like we had Falcons that he could have built clout off of. So what did you say? What kind of spin doctor thing did you say to the Silverfangs to get their allegiance? One of the great mysteries of Werewolf.
Maybe he was an avian spirit that wasn't an asshole and just flew around. Therefore, he was above all the other ground-bound spirits.
And speaking of his brood, just name a bird of prey, and it's in Falcon's brood. Just any bird.
Hawk.
Yeah, hawk, heron, phoenix,
Harpy eagle.
all this stuff that falls under his purview. And it's like Zinch, where we're all birds because we're above you in stature and nobleness and wisdom and just we are the alpha men. That's what we are. We the whole Falcon manosphere. That's what he's got going for himself. There it is. He tells you, he goes and says, "Hey, is that kinfolk 12 years old? Well, go ahead. Go ahead and have your way with her. We'll get a new hero from her."
Oh gosh.
And that's kind of shit that Falcon tells the Silverfangs. They think it's perfectly okay to do that shit. There it is. You have an entire tribe of Ethan Ralphs.
To be fair, that's nothing compared to the one later on in the list.
There it is.
Falcon tells you it's okay. The other one tells you have to do it.
There it is. Well, that's a black spiral. All right. Let's talk about the nice Falcon member, Eagle. And Eagle has 2 friends with him, Dove and Turkey. Now, I shit you not, in Children of Gaia First Edition, there's a totem called the Great American Trio. I think I got that name wrong, but something along those lines. Where it is Eagle, Dove, and Turkey. All 3 of them are partnered up, and all 3 of them will support you if you're a child of Gaia. But Eagle is with Falcon because birds of prey, all the birds of prey have to go along with Falcon and his bullshit. But Eagle at least has the knowledge to know that the Silverfangs are circling the toilet bowl, and he's instead part of his prospects with the Children of Gaia of all tribes. Sounds great, right?
Should have thrown in with the glasswalkers.
Would the Great American Trio help Children of Gaia that aren't American? Or just the American ones?
If you have American values, I don't see why not. Because you can have guys in in say the United Kingdom or Japan that think America's the best country in the world and that everybody needs to do what America does. Is we got free speech, we got all these different businesses, we got all this money, and we got all this stuff. We're red blooded. We love football and apple pie. This is the best country in the world. Why would you want to live anywhere else? And then Rapper would have something to say to me about that. Because whenever I tell him about America, he says, "Johnny, the more you tell me about America, the less I want to go there." I'm scared about all these hood stories, and yeah, there we go. So just imagine just how it's the national bird. Just imagine how patriotic eagle is after America was created. That
Oh
eagles,
yeah.
eagles looking over at America and saying, "This is the best country in the world. We need more guys over here. Children of Gaia, quit living in Europe. Come over to America." Uh, I guess that explains why the children of Gaia have such hippie values. Because are there that many children of Gaia outside America? I think America might be their biggest population. I don't think of it. Because, I don't know, they didn't have much of a presence in Rich Cross Russia or Rich Cross Egypt. Oh, I might be onto something here. But, yeah, imagine that. And then you got Dove and Turkey who are about peace and love, and that kind of bullshit.
Why
Where,
turkey though? Because Ben Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird.
well, it's the same reason why caribou is in Great Wendigo's brood. It's because that's what you ate as an early American settler. That's what would keep you fed. And turkey says, "I'm glad my sacrifice went to creating the best country in the world. I think you're eating too much of me. Can you please stop eating turkeys?" But then again, you would also use his tail feathers for riding, and also makes for a good farm animal. Would you like to have a pet turkey?
No, turkeys
Uh,
are shit. You gotta get pet chickens.
yeah, a pet chicken. Well, we don't have chicken as a totem. Do we have Rooster? I'm gonna pull up the list of totems right now. If Rooster comes up, we're gonna immediately do him. Let's see. Is Rooster a totem? Yes or no? Ready for
Yes,
this?
yes, he is.
All right, you see it?
Yep.
All right, we're doing Rooster next. Let's see,
He was towards the
Rooster.
bottom somewhere.
He's a Fianna spirit. Well, that's news to me. All right, so there we go. Many
Oh, that's
Guru
because of
are
family.
many Guru are disdainful of what they consider domestic totems. What the fuck is going on in the background?
Hold on, I'm muting.
There's an ass whipping going on in the background. Many Guru are a little disdainful of what they consider domestic totems. And I don't necessarily agree. One example is Cockrell, and I can still hear the ass whipping going on. There we go. Though he's not a sexist totem spirit, yeah, I think see where they're going with this. I'm assuming that Rooster's got this big alpha male kind of energy to him.
Oh
Let's
no,
see.
if you've watched him cast, he actually brings up how roosters are actually the most noblest of the birds. They'll literally run face first, screaming their heads off, so that predators of the hens will eat them instead, allowing their hens and their brood to live.
Well, there we go.
So that meshes well with the Fiona's family values.
Save the women and children first. I will go and fight the Black Sparrow while you escape. And
Yep, that's basically it.
see, well, the whole band behind him, see, he'll give you, for a measly 3 background points, he'll give you Sense Worm for free, but you are forbidden from eating domestic animals. You gotta go vegan. You gotta go vegetarian or you gotta go vegan. There it is.
Technically, that means you can have fish, though.
There it is. You can't eat a domestic animal. It
Fish,
does not
fish
include
and
fish.
deer and all that other stuff.
There
Fish
it
are
is.
often
Wild
farmed.
dog. Wild dog.
You can't eat a hamburger. You can't eat hot dogs. You can't eat fried chicken. All of your favorite foods when you were 5 years old, you can't eat them anymore.
You can have fish, but that's because they take wild caught salmon and just breed them in captivity.
You can't make a fish into a hot dog.
Yeah, you can.
You can't do that.
You
Absolutely.
can turn it into fries.
I'm typing in fish hot dog right now. It's real. It's okay, there it is. What place is selling this?
I don't know, but
it's a BBC recipe for fish fingers hot dogs.
you can
Also,
make
you can
anything
have
into a hot
bison
dog.
meat too.
Yeah, there it is. Venison and You got any elk meat in there too?
Elk, bison. I've seen bison
Turkey.
burgers.
There's plenty of meat out there that you can have.
You got to put you on Mike Tyson's diet if you follow Rooster. There it is. See, if you have Rooster as your totem, is he going to sound like Falcon Leghorn? Son, I say, son, I need you to make a big fish. I need a sword that this big right here. It's the kind of weapon I need you to make. Now the thing is, son, boy, whenever you go out there and you fight the worm, you see kids these days don't know anything about fighting the worm. You never go out there with a sword and you swing like this. You'll put that gun down, son. Fasten, son, I see you over there. Put that gun away. Let me teach you how to swing a sword.
Thing is, Fast and Sound has 3 in melee, so he already knows how.
There it is. I'm imagining. I'm not imagining Rooster as very Irish. I'm imagining him I'm pretty much imagining him like a southern guy. I've met people on the street that sound like Rooster. There we go. Who's next on our list? The 4 gods: Suzaku, Byakko, Seiryu, and Genbu. Ryan, how much do you know about Asian mysticism? How much do you know about the feng shui?
Nothing. I was a subject in a class I was taking, and I chose to fail that one particular project.
There it is, because you just didn't give a shit. You want me to organize my house this way? Well, fuck you. I ain't moving my furniture.
I tried doing that project 3 or 4 times, and every time I was reading, I fell asleep.
There it is.
I couldn't comprehend it. I couldn't do it.
So these 4 will all combine into Chimera, which is one super animal, but when they're not Chimera, they are the 4 gods, or the 4 symbols, or the 4 guardians, or the 4 auspicious beasts. If you have seen Yu Yu Hakusho, you have seen their evil counterparts, where it's Suzaku the vermilion bird, Byakko the white tiger, Seiryu the azure dragon, and Genbu the black tortoise. And sometimes there's a 5th. You have the ether dragon, but usually it's just these 4. And what they represent? Balance. You want to be balanced in all things. You need to have an equal amount of this. You need to have your schedule straight. You need to be balanced in all things. You can't just have too much of one food in your body. You can't just have one color that you wear and that's it. We need you to be. We need you to have a variety. Variety is the spice of life, as we say. It's something that the Stargazers need to listen to with their own lessons. You can't just there you go. Thank you for the gift, Ryan. Exactly what you're going with. And we have Seiryu as our totem in our Rage Cross Russia game. So, Ryan, if you were to summon the Azure Dragon, what do you think you would need to do? What do you think?
Have one of each elements.
Because all 4 of them have their own connections, where with Seiryu, I'll lead off what he's got. He's associated with the eastern direction, the month of spring, you get the time of day, dawn, and the element of wood. So if you were to combine those 4 things, where you have a massive wooden structure built for him, and you erect it during dawn, you say your prayers during that time, you have it facing the east, and if you do this during the spring, you have a better chance of getting his attention. And then he'll appear before you and he'll say, I'm the great dragon Shinron, give me your wish and I will grant it. I'm imagining Seiryu will be just fucking huge in size. This is a dragon after all. Just imagine the size of that dragon.
I'll do all that and then wish for world peace and watch him sweat.
There it is. He'll give you the power to make world peace, you just gotta do it on your own.
That bastard. I didn't say I wanted to make world peace. I said you make world peace.
And they all have their own agendas too, because with Seiryu, he wants you to stay in Asia. He says this needs to be your home, this needs to be your base. You can leave for 30 days at most in a year, but we need you in Asia, fighting the war in Asia, because the Kuei-jin are about to kill us all. And Genbu is more of the merry trickster, saying, "Ah, Sonny, you don't seem to understand what we're doing here." Where Genbu is, say, have you seen Kill Bill Part 2?
A
Uh,
long time ago.
You remember Pai Mei in that movie, the Chinese master?
Uh,
Yeah,
Vaguely.
yeah, something like that. Where I imagine Gimbu is that kind of guy, where he's the Chinese master saying, or like a Mr. Miyagi type, where he's saying, show me wax on, wax off, show me all this kind of stuff, all this stuff that you thought I was throwing you through a loop with. As it turns out, I've actually been training you this entire time. But Gimbu wants you to be a master of the mind games. He's a cunning totem. Those are very rare. I don't think we have any other cunning totem as a tribal totem. Do we? I don't think we do.
There's a few cunning totems. I have to open up the
Yeah,
page
yeah.
again.
Not Aenna. Aenna would be a cunning totem, but he's a wisdom
Oh,
totem.
yeah.
Yeah, like a tribal totem, because Gimbu's the only one. It's interesting to me.
I don't have these separated by
Uh,
tribes.
No, don't worry about that. And then you've got Byakko, who was going to be the totem of our Russia game until you guys refused to put down your guns. Because
What?
Byakko. So you remember the Red Talons? Everything we've been saying about the Red Talons?
Yeah.
Byakko may as well be Griffin 2.0. But he doesn't believe in human extinction. He just wants his men to get up, fight the worm, push humanity back to the point of the Stone Age, take control of your lives, Guru. Quit letting this shit happen to you. That's what he wants. And then Suzaku is a leadership totem that believes that he could be doing what Falcon is doing better than Falcon. He's looking at Falcon saying, "You're doing this all wrong. You're going about this approach the entirely the wrong way. You need to cut out this whole martyrdom culture that you're doing. I got some ideas. I've been looking at what you're doing wrong. I might not be the best fit, but I'd be a better fit than you," is what Suzaku was thinking. And if you want to see like their evil counterparts and just reverse it, one of the first arcs of Yu Yu Hakusho ends with these four as the final boss of that arc. Especially Byakko. That fight with Byakko goes on for 4 episodes, if I'm right. Just to go to show just how strong some of these guys are. And there we go. The 4 gods. I would go on about that more, but I don't want to bore you guys with too much Chinese mysticism. Because, well, do you know what the I Ching is? You do? Great. Let me tell you all the decisions behind the I Ching. Let's go off to the next one. You want to talk about Aenna? You want
I
to
want to
talk about
see.
the great
I want to talk about Seagull, but there is no Seagull.
Seagull?
Yeah.
Fred Seagull?
He's it would be a Bonarg totem.
Is he a boner? Because they eat garbage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll eat anything and everything.
They're in the Walmart parking lot looking for French fries.
It's true.
Yeah.
What about Aenna, though?
So what can you tell me about Aenna?
Aenna is a river spirit, a horned river spirit, or a winged river spirit, but a river spirit.
Yes. He used to be in bed with the worm. This used to be a worm totem until he realized that the worm was going down a dark path, broke things off with the worm, and now his whole goal is that he wants to collect information and power and knowledge so he can eventually supplant the worm and take the place of the worm. There we go. This guy wants to be the face of destruction of the entire
Sounds
universe.
like treason.
He wants to be the worm.
It does, but he wants to be the balance worm, so to speak. Because he thinks this Tredic worm nonsense, that's the thing that the balance worm is going to go down. Aenna won't make that mistake. He'll be the cosmic force of death and decay, but he'll do it right once he's in power. And he's got all these schemes. You want to talk about Owl and how much he knows? Aenna has this giant archive of dark knowledge that he's sitting on. And he is waiting to let the world know what he knows. But now is not the right time. Because Aenna could just take over the world whenever he wants to. He is an evil genius. Because you remember when we were doing the Aenna episode, we had that whole story with Aenna where it was great Aenna eating all the food of the Croatan and the Wendigo and the people that would become the Aenna. And as it turns out, you didn't stab Aenna in the right spot, but instead Aenna makes a devil deal with the brave and says, "If you do what I say when I say it, I will lead you to greatness." And sure enough, they go along with that plan. How you get Uctena's information is the same with Owl. Get information, get more cryptic information. Even if it's a duplicate, it will show that you're doing work for Uctena. He wants to see that you are making progress in his plan for world domination. You want to talk about Grandfather Thunder trying to take over the world? Nah, Uctena is almost there. You want to play around with these power games. Uctena is ready to flip the trap card whenever the time is right.
So Tena is a malevolent dictator.
He is a mastermind, is what he is. He is, and once he's in power, he's going to become this death god that will rule the planet through fear and wisdom.
Technically, if he replaced the worm, he's going to replace the worm in every werewolf's heart for the rage. He
And
also planned that with himself.
And he'll be the source of rage. He'll control the entire Garo nation.
Yep.
There it is. And he'll be a genius, and he'll be led into a new golden age of the Garo nation's history. As soon as he gets his way.
Would it be still called rage, or would it be called a monsoon?
Yeah. Huh. If Uctena just comes up with his new... Well, he controls the rage. He can call it whatever he wants now.
Right.
Yeah, there it is. And was it you had some nations that say that Uctena was synonymous with the Quetzalcoatl. So this guy had nations worshiping him back in the Aztec Empire. So he's already had a taste of world domination. He just wants to control the entire world now. There it is. I really like this guy. I remember back when I was in Rage Across the Internet's server and I was running a game for some of the people in that server, Uctena was the totem. And we never did get to meet Uctena. I was so eager to play Uctena. I had so many different plans ready for Uctena. And I never got to use any of them because, I don't know, I eventually learned I couldn't stand to be around those people any longer. And the minute we get an Uctena player, you know I'm going to bring this guy into the game. You know I'm going to bring in Uctena. Because how can I not use a guy with this good of a plot hook?
I almost played an Uctena.
Yeah. There it is. We had Uctena, but then the Stargazers caught your attention.
Yeah.
There it is. You know, wait for a werewolf to come around again, and then we can Uctena out. There it is. And who's next on the list? Great Wendigo?
Wendigo!
There we go. This dude. The message is simple with Great Wendigo. Fear. As simple as
Fear.
that. We're not
Fear
eating,
and rage.
We're not eating hearts because we're cannibals. We're eating hearts to send a message. That's what it is. And you remember the story with him that he used to be Sasquatch or / Yeti until Morning Sun died and he destroyed his body and rebuilt it in the image of Morning Sun. The way I see Wendigo is that he's this wolf that's made out of ice. He's got icicles dripping off his body, landing in the ground. Just the air becomes super cold around him to the point where the air is freezing solid around him. Just how creepy Wendigo would look when he comes up to you. And of course, he is the endless hunger, because what does he do? How do you get his attention? You give him something to eat. You call Windtooth, his right-hand spirit, who goes out, tastes something. Wendigo wants a live sacrifice whenever you get his attention. He wants you to give him something that he will devour in one bite. Question is, Wendigo, do you even taste what you're eating? You eat it so quickly. And what else does Wendigo want? What did the Wendigo people want? It's
Justice for native people?
Yep. They want the ethno-state. They want the Wendigo ethno-state. They want to take the Nunavut nation, and they want to pump as much money in it as possible. Wendigo's going to look at you and say, yes, whatever you got, whatever you can give the Nunavut nation, pump everything you got into it. Food, weapons, money. We are building a city that is going to withstand the apocalypse, and we need to pump as much stuff into it as possible. Build the city, build the land. Imagine what the Nunavut nation looks like in the Umbra. Just, you'd have these gigantic fortresses made of ice dug into the ground, ready to withstand the nuclear fires of the apocalypse. All this stuff you can do with the Wendigo. I would love to run a game at some point that's entirely based around the Wendigo.
I really like how Great Wendigo is described.
Yeah, you see
You
that
might,
description.
yeah, you mind if I read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
When Great Wendigo makes his avatar appear, usually within the Umbra, he often takes the form of a wolf. His snow-white fur glows with a vivid bluish aura so pure it seems nearly ultraviolet. Wendigo's eyes glitter like burning shards of ice, his fangs dripping like icicles from a powerful, thick muzzle. Where his paws would be, there's only flame. Freezing blue-black flame that scorches the ground where he treads, searing with bitter cold.
And this guy summons the spirits like the Tupilok. Where once a Tupilok is after you, it's over. It's have you seen the movie It Follows? That's what's going on with the Tupilok. You can't escape that thing. It will pursue you until the day you die. Yeah, and that's a creepy. Imagine what other friends Wendigo has that he's met in the Dark Umbra. Just all this creepy shit that Wendigo's ready to unleash upon the
Wait,
world.
wait, wait. He has friends in Dark Umbra, and he has the Tupilok, which
Yeah.
is basically the same thing as those Banes that hunt down the Nuisha in the Apocalypse book.
Yeah.
Are we sure he wasn't responsible for those things existing?
You could say that with the Aenna, that Aenna and the Wendigo are trying to use the worm to their advantage, and they're both smart enough to twist around the powers of the worm. Because the Wendigo, what Wendigo is doing is that he's taking the worm's weapons and repurposing them for himself, while the Aenna
But
has ultimate plan of supplanting the worm.
see that I'm just going to say this from real life, that tends to backfire. It's like when a country sends volunteers to another country for that country to fight a war. They're not just sending equipment and men. They're just for no reason. They're getting experience and valuable lessons on how to improve their technology. Like
So, is there a plan between Aenna and the Wendigo to eventually take over the world?
potentially, or it might just be a mutual relationship for the moment.
Because they say they hate each other, that the Wendigo don't trust Aenna anymore. But I don't know, how often is Wendigo communing with Aenna? How
I think it,
how close are you two in actuality?
well, there's the
Because
only two pure tribes left, so.
yeah, there it is. After World Turtle went to hiatus, we've only got each other by this point. So let's take over the world together. Speaking of World Turtle, you want to talk about World Turtle?
Oh,
The
real quick, I had
what?
one last thing about Wendigo.
Tell
As
me.
terrifying as Wendigo is, he has Dolphin in his brood, and Dolphin just
Yeah.
tells his kids to take care of the pups.
Yeah, you got a baby in your party. Go ahead, take care of the baby. There it is. I was telling Kyle, go ahead, make Dolphin our totem. Go ahead. But now we got Hair. No, actually, now I think about, let's talk about Hair first. We'll talk about Hair because he's in our Appalachia game as our totem.
Yes.
Uh, so is a rabbit a hare? Yes or no?
No, different.
No.
Yeah, because a hare is a rabbit, but bigger and leaner and faster with larger ears. And what is that quote from Watership Down? See, I'm pulling this up right now. What Watership Down's transcript. And give me a minute. Ryan, say something. There it is. I found it. Yeah, all the world will be your enemy, prince of 1,000 enemies. And when they catch you, they will kill you. But first, they must catch you. Uh, Digger, listener, runner, prince with the swift warning, be cunning and full of tricks, and your people shall never be destroyed. That is your decree that you get from Hare. That quote perfectly summarizes Hare to me. He is the trickster. If you think you've got him cornered, he's got an escape plan. Because Hare's whole gift is that when you're evading enemies, he gives you bonuses to that. And it's not necessarily cowardice. You're not running away from these enemies so you can fight another day. You're running away from the enemies so you can set up a trap for them and then ambush the enemy and kill them that way. There it is. Hare, do you think, how smart is Hare? Do you think he's a genius?
He's very
Good.
clever.
Because after all, The way that Kyle's running him is that he's using Bugs Bunny as a totem, as a token for hair. We're talking to him, and if you've seen a Warner Brothers cartoon, you know how much of a scheming genius Bugs Bunny is. Where whenever you think Bugs is cornered, now he's got a solution for it. There we go. You love Looney Tunes, Ryan. Tell me how much you love Looney Tunes. Yeah. There it is. The man has gotten son of me. What?
They were great.
Yeah, there it is.
Sorry, I was just laying down.
Yeah, so if you've seen a Bugs Bunny cartoon, you automatically know how to play hair. Of course, you can play a little bit more seriously. Where I would recommend, for research purposes, watching Warship Down, and specifically paying attention to Hazel if you want to play a more serious hair. And there we go. I think that's really it with hair. Hair is just very simple. Do you know a trickster archetype? Good. Okay, moving on. Now we can talk about World Turtle. And World Turtle doesn't accept totem. He doesn't accept the totem backgrounds anymore. He doesn't accept packs anymore. He was the totem of the Croatan, and now he has gone off into a dark umbra to take a depression nap. And that's what he's doing.
I'm
the turtle
sad
with the
because my
bulldogs back.
kids are dead.
Yeah, they all left me. They didn't tell me that they were going to do the sacrifice. They're all gone, and I don't want to continue without my kids. That's in his mind. Where whenever I think of World Turtle, you've got the scheming Aenna, you've got the angry Wendigo. Turtle to me always just comes across as just really nice. He just sounds like a really nice guy. There's nothing offensive about Turtle. He always just wants to see you do well. He's like your very calm, very chill granddad. Saying he comes up to you and says, "Hey, I want to say, grandson, how you doing today?" And you tell him about your day, and even though he doesn't understand everything you're saying, he at least tries to support you. Or I don't know, Adam. What do you think about World Turtle?
Actually, never heard about him.
This is new. This is news to you.
Yep.
You never knew the Croton had a totem, and it was Turtle.
Didn't read that book.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't that much in Croton Song, in all honesty. Because if Turtle, we've read this before, but I'll go ahead and I'll read this out to you. Dude gives you a point in stamina. Everyone who takes him gets a point in stamina. They'll give you the gift Turtle Body, which just buffs the hell out of your defense. And it will give you 5 points of willpower upon taking them. The ban is that Turtle is very concerned with the honor of his children. He will withdraw his favor from any child who loses permanent honor renown. So what you want to be honorable in everything you do. You need to be respectable. Turtle wants you to be the best person that you can be. You don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't covet, you don't do anything like that. He wants you to be virtuous. And he's going to be strict about it too. If you break this covenant that you have with Turtle, he will withdraw all of his blessings from you. And Turtle to me just comes across as, say, well, I'm trying to think about it. Nope, it's gone. Never mind. the bit went nowhere. I had lost it. Oh why did nobody tell me to use bait? Alright. Shannon, you have ideas on World Turtle?
No, it sounds pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Because there you go. Just think of like your mythological stories and your animal stereotypes of a turtle, and there you go, you got World Turtle.
World Turtle kind of sounds like an alternate to Gaia. Or alternative. If Gaia dies, you can just live on World Turtle's shell.
You want to go into the Umbra and find Turtle and then live on his back? I don't know. Do you think it'd be like Turtle opens his mouth and you just hop into Turtle's body and there's an entire planet inside of him?
I think it's more like he's a continent on a shell.
Yeah, there he is. As it turns out, he's the same size as Zamichi. He has the entire size of North America. Imagine how freaky that would look. World Turtle versus Zamichi. Or him fighting Kupala. Where I don't think Turtle would just I don't think Turtle would lift a finger. I think he would just be in his show the entire time, waiting for Zamichi to tire himself out. After all, he has a perfect defense. But yeah, pretty much every idea you have a turtle, that would work with Turtle. But he's got a depression nap now. He's not coming out the Dark Umbra until his Croton come back, if it happens. We don't know if the Croton are coming back or not. And let's see who is next. All right, we talked about
Backus.
Wait, hold on. No, you're forgetting one. Nalyad.
Oh, I thought we were going down the list you posted.
We're going all the tribal totems first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
no, yeah, the one that formerly the Bunyip's major totem.
Yeah.
He's pretty cringe, not gonna lie.
Yeah, the
He
rainbow
mandates
snake.
you mate. Yeah, he mandates you mate as soon as possible to have children, and emphasis on as soon as possible.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to have your
not-
period.
You're not having enough sex, is what it is.
Yep.
What is the age of consent in the native tribe?
There is none.
That's what it is. You're going to say that Rainbow Serpent is one of those anarcho-capitalist libertarians?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah,
super tradcon.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, but he's a little too extreme. Or it's like
What-
you aren't even supposed to date; you're just supposed to go straight to marriage and just have a
Y-
family in your
you're-
teens.
He's going to be in that debate with Sneeko where he's saying child marriage is legal.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so that's his Gaian form.
Uh,
Objectively speaking, he's a worm totem now, just because that adventure module. It's up to the storyteller whether the players succeed or not in actually purifying his resurrected form in the adventure module.
Yeah.
But it's set in stone as part of the adventure module that he is in fact corrupted as he's revived.
And then you've got the dreaming, the whole dream time, that special realm of the Umbra.
Oh yeah,
Well, it
his
turns out, yeah, that's a whole like a Aboriginal myth thing too. It's not just made up for the game. Where that's his world, and it's the land of. It's like a whole Garden of Eden there. You want the water, you want food. Well, guess what? It's there. Rainbow Serpent will provide.
Aren't all Garu banned from the dreaming, considering the War of Tears?
Yeah, because you fucked it up. Now we got no Garden of Eden.
except for the Black Spiral Dancers.
Who have gone in and they've ruined it.
They've
It's
corrupted
all the Red
Nolyot
Talon's
and
fault.
The
It's
Red
the Red
Talons are
Talon's
stupid.
fault.
You stupid. That's what you is.
Black Spiral Dancers corrupted Nolyot.
And they're
Now
your
they're
favorite
gonna
tribe too.
Yes.
So,
I love them because they're idiots.
Nolyot's corrupted, and then the Black Spiral Dancers used Claws of Corrosion on all the Bunyip
Wow.
spirits, corrupting them into Banes.
Let's see here. Well, why is it there's Rainbow Serpent do? I'm pulling up some Rainbow Serpent stories. One popular Rainbow Serpent myth is Wawalag. Let's see here. According to legend, the sisters are traveling together when the older sister gives birth, and her blood flows into a watering hole where the Rainbow Serpent lives. And in another version of the tale, the sisters are traveling with her mother, and the serpent is merely angered by their presence in the area. The Rainbow Serpent then traces their scent back to sister sleeping in her haunt. And then the Rainbow Serpent enters their uterus. Okay, where's this going? And impregnates them. Okay, well there we go. It looks like he's a Coomer. He just wants sex. That's all he wants.
He wants you pregnant. He wants you procreating. That's why in my homebrew he's probably going to take over the Black Spiral Dancers, make all the metas fertile.
Yeah, he's making all the blue chew, and then Cockroach sells it. He's going over there. He's going over there. He's saying a man is fertile until the day he dies. Go out there and find a wife. Your wife died, and you go out and find another wife. Rainbow Serpent says.
Multiple wives.
Multiple wives.
Multiple wives.
So,
See,
yeah.
you want to know how good the Latter-day Saints have it? Like everyone in Utah is related to each other. Fuck. What was it? There was a report I did when I was junior year of high school, where I was reporting on the Latter-day Saints. Where was a guy that had 183 grandchildren, and he was a Latter-day Saint, and he was able to do it because he was a Latter-day Saint.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. We can't feed everybody at Thanksgiving. That's too many grandkids.
So, yep. For his stats, he gives everyone 1 permanent honor and 2 permanent gnosis dots.
Yeah. And there it is. An interaction that can last more than 4 hours. You thought you were safe from the sexy talk with King Agreed not being here. No, you get it from me instead. And there it is.
Oh, you can always expect sexy talk from Aid.
That ban is literally The ban is you have to have children as soon as possible.
There it is. You gotta get rocks off as soon as possible. See, Grim, you hear that? Grim, you're lying down. Ryan, you haven't gone to sleep on me, have you?
I
Is he
have
snoozing?
not.
Ryan's left us.
All right,
Oh,
there he
no.
is.
I
Now he's
have
awake.
not.
All right, there he is.
Hey,
Ryan, you want to take Rainbow Serpent as your totem now?
No.
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 No,
No?
Grim doesn't serve the worm.
No.
Rainbow Serpent would absolutely be a black spiral dancer totem, although because he's corrupted, he turned black. So he would be the black serpent.
Cleft Reed is a kissless virgin. He's never known a
He
woman's touch in his life.
that you know of.
Anyways, let's talk about how great a totem Nolyut would be over Whippoorwill and then transition into why Whippoorwill is a wimp.
Yes, let's talk about Whippoorwill now, who is technically a tribe totem of the Black Spiral Dancers.
the Black Spiral. I finally looked up what a whippoorwill sounds like.
Yeah,
It sounds so non-threatening.
wait until you're camping and this thing is going off constantly in the middle of the night. You're trying to get some sleep and the fucking Whippoorwill just won't shut up.
All right, the Song of Unmaking. Whippoorwill is also in it. Major
Really?
character, same with the unicorn.
Where the whole thing with Whippoorwill in Native American myth is that Whippoorwill leads people to their deaths. Don't follow the son of a Whippoorwill, it's trying to kill you. Or get something to kill you. And then the Black Sparrows took it as their totem. I thought you guys were Scottish. Why are you taking the Native American totem? Whatever. But for some reason, this bird, this tiny bird, leads the Black Sparrows. I don't get it. How did you get this position?
Wait. Didn't we cover the White Howler book and Whippoorwill was there in Scotland
Yeah, it was like
before the exploration of the New World?
yeah. Here's the Pied Piper leading you to your death.
Right, so what is he doing in Scotland?
This man flew across the entire Atlantic Ocean just for one job. He came here just for you. You should feel honored. And there he is. And well, I imagine this guy is just the ultimate liar. That you can't take a single thing this man says seriously, even if you're a Black Spiral dancer and he's talking to you. Where if it will get him what he wants, he'll say it. And see, just think of like a master manipulator. I'm thinking like having a conversation with Boogie 2988, where like nothing is ever my fault. Whippoorwill says everything is your fault, and I'm going to explain to you how it's your fault.
The ultimate gaslighter.
There it is.
That's Whippoorwill.
There it is. It's I didn't do that. I'm not responsible for those children's death. It's your fault. That's it's all on you, buddy. I did nothing wrong. I was just here. I was just given the power. I have no responsibility to anything I do. There's a reason why Grandfather Thunder crushed you in his grip, because you were just a little bitch at the end of the day. No honor in this guy. At least Grandfather Thunder has honor. You don't.
Whippoorwill's so small, you can crush her in your hand while fucking Nolyut's literally the size of Australia just coiled up.
There it is. You get to swing the big snake around. Let's talk about the guy who actually should be the totem of the BSD's Green Dragon.
Nah, I say Nolyut. Just because of all the metas would choose him over them.
The Nuclear Fire Dragon. Let's talk about him. So, Ryan, we haven't encountered Balefire in any of our games yet. Would you like to guess what Balefire does to you?
Burns you.
It is a poisoned fire that burns so intensely it incinerates you upon contact.
Oh.
And just being around the flame will cause your cells to become cancerous.
That
So
or
even if
it'll eat away at your spirit, opening you up to possession.
Exactly.
So this is a poison, right?
Yeah,
How would
poisonous
that work
fire.
against poison resistance?
It
can bypass it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There it is. It's why you don't mess with Green Dragon. Zizak, the biggest, baddest of the Black Spiral Dancers, and the main antagonist in some of these books, has Successor Totem. And you see just how ludicrously powerful she is because she has Green Dragon. You know, somebody who walks around without pants and is a BDSM dominatrix suddenly leads the Black Spirals because she has the favor of a dragon. It's the craziest thing in the world. Only in World Darkness is this possible.
Yeah.
And you remember the whole story behind Green Dragon where Lion calls in we're going to go into Malpheus. We're going to solve this. We're going to get this done. We've got Green Dragon to help us. Oh, I'm calling out sick right before we go into the invasion. Green Dragon, can you lead the operation for me? Sure, I can. And then he gets corrupted.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Green Dragon used to be a stand-up guy, a great guy until he got corrupted. And now he's the force of destruction for the worm. He might as well be Calamity Worm Jr. Because wherever this guy goes, death follows him. You don't survive your encounters with Green Dragon. Green Dragon just kills you. That's what happens. That when we were doing Ridge Cross Appalachia, our latest session, and I heard that Green Dragon was in the Umbra, I'm not stepping sideways. I'm not doing that. Ryan, that would have been a TPK if we fought Green Dragon legit. Like even a Gaffling of Green Dragon can kill an entire party of werewolves.
Yeah.
He's just that ludicrously powerful. There it is.
I feel like you'll just breathe green balefire on the pack, and instead of just killing the pack, the fire would just possess them all.
Oh yeah.
There it is. That fire can do many things. So you take all the positive aspects of dragons, like in Seiryu, and you take all the negative aspects of dragon. That's Green Dragon. That's what you get. Two sides of the same myth. One is a force of benevolence. The other one is a force of destruction. And let's talk about one more totem. You want to talk about Hakaken?
Sure.
Because this used to be a Shadow Lord until he got all the way to the bottom of Malpheus, got a wish, sold his soul to the worm, and became a crab monster. And there he is. There he is. This Hakaken is this gigantic crab man that is all about fear. You need to terrify your opponent before you kill him. That's his ban. You must instill fear in your foes before you slay them. You cannot kill them beforehand. He'll be pissed at you if you do. This being a Shadow Lord, he'd probably just cut your head off with one of his claw hands if you did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, say Scarecrow from the Joker. From the Joker. From the Batman comics. Yeah. That kind of stuff. That's what Hakaken wants you to do. So I imagine that some of his talents that some of his Gafflings and Jaglings would make would be the fear toxin. That you go around, you release the smoke that causes people to start hallucinating, you start screaming in fear, and then the Black Sparrows sneak up on you and stab you.
Kind of like a Vertigo from the Arrow.
Or you can do another kind of fear where you psychologically torment somebody to the point where they're neurotic and anxious about everything, and then you finally put them out of their misery by killing them. There's a lot of things you can do with Hakaken. They can make for some very nasty antagonists. And do you want to keep going on totems, or should we talk about totems interacting with each other? Do you want to do Backus?
There's some wild card ones I brought up. Jupiter.
Yeah. Well, that's a celestial.
Yeah, but in one of the adventure modules, he's literally bound on Earth.
Yeah.
Permanently.
That book was written before Red Cross to Heaven was written, and it does not coincide at all with Red Cross Heaven. And why didn't any of you people at White Wolf talk with each other when you made these books?
Honestly, I think one of the subplots for him is that his court tries to turn him into a star. And I think that would actually work well with the corruption ending of that adventure module. Because instead of just swallowing the entire solar system by turning into a star, vaporizing everything, he's actually mostly depowered and consumed by the worm. Which means he could actually be the extension of the worm itself and physically turn into the red star as a plot point.
Yeah. Because with Zarok, he is what the Surfangs think they are. You think you're the kind of man that Zarok is. Zarok is the big king. And he's jovial, he's happy, he's glad to see people, he's happy to have people in his court, he's a good host, he's wise, he's just, he's righteous, he's got a hell of a temper if you anger him. And the Surfangs look at this guy and think they're that. You're not. You're not Zarok. Zarok is the idea that you need to be, just dump Falcon already, take Zarok as a tribe totem. Just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead, that's a Celestial. That's a Celestial. That might as well be a demigod in the Umbra. Like a half deity. This is just how She's not done in the background. That's what it is. See,
That was my sister.
see the sister. And with Zerok, yes, with whole celestials, plants aligning, stuff will happen if Zerok is in the right position. And I'm thinking of a myth. We were talking about Cernunnos. Are you familiar with Celtic mythology? Have you heard of Dagda?
Nope.
No.
He is their father spirit. He's the guy that started all the Irish people. And you think like he's gonna be like Zeus, where I'm the big man in the clouds. No, Dagda's down there with his people, partying with them the entire time. Zerok would love to do that with you, but he's kind of stuck on Jupiter. So as soon as you can come to one of his moons, or if you can come into his gravitational pull, he'd be happy to talk with you.
Because she come in the room now?
Yeah, he's a great guy. Whatever was going on back there. And let's do 2 more. I said we're going to do 40. Guess what? We're not going to do 40. We're going to do 2 more. We're going to do 2 more. You want to do Backus?
Sure.
Yes.
You want to do Backus? Oh, hi, honey. It's Backus again. I'm so happy to be back in in another episode. So, Graham, how you been doing?
Why, I didn't say roleplay, Backus. I said...
So, you mentioned me. I'm going to role play myself into the story.
Question: was he in Krynos form with his
Oh,
token that looked kind of like a dog?
Oh, it's not in Cross form. You see, honey, I have multiple aspects to myself. Now, how many different myths about me exist?
A bunch.
Because, I go up with some other names. Some people call me Dionysus. Some people call me Liberius. But I'm seen as a spirit of liberty. I'm a pretty free spirit, you know that. I believe in self-expression and just showing yourself off. I support that kind of stuff. But there's multiple images and ideas as to who I am. So I appear in different forms from time to time. Whenever I'm in my main Bacchus kind of personality, I always want to look like the dream boy for my girls. They really like big men. They want something to hold on to at night. And I like that form because it's very cuddly. You saw how much Tyler liked it, right? I'm very handsome. I've told him I'm very handsome. I'm very sexy when I'm in that form.
The ladies love a Krynos form.
Yeah, the ladies love a really big man, and that's exactly where I am. So Graham, what exactly is there about me? Like, why'd you want to take me as your totem?
Because the others did.
You don't say.
Because the others did.
That's why you went with the sex god because the story demanded for it. And it played out really well because Backus, that was a really fun character to play as. I am holding myself back from using him again because I just had that well of a time with using Backus. And I would be delighted if we could have a chronicle where I could bring in Backus, but we would have Pegasus speed a tome for that game. But yeah, Backus is with the Black Furies, but he also has kinship with the Fianna because, I don't know, he's a sex god. He's an alcohol god. Who do you think he's going to hang out with? Same with the children of Gaia because Backus is fully on board with the idea of using drugs to expand your mind and have a good time. So if you want to party, call this guy in. Because how is Backus usually depicted?
Excess,
yeah,
indulgence.
Yeah, fat, a big steak in one hand, a big bottle of wine in the other, women hanging off of his arms. They can't wait to get a piece of him. Maybe some men too. I don't know. Backus doesn't. He don't discriminate.
Oof, that's a bad thing then.
There it is.
Because that means he might fall to the worm.
There it is. Oh no, I'm in control, honey. I don't go with that kind of rape stuff. No, I don't have those kind of fantasies. It's just icky.
Yeah, but you don't discriminate. That means you'll have black spiral dancers here.
See, no, don't discriminate. Don't do anything illegal. All right, just make sure that both parties consent and everything will be okay.
Yeah, so you're fine with black spiral dancers.
See,
what's wrong with you?
See, if the black spiral, if they come to me and they're asking for sex, then fine, I'll give them the fuck that'll make them regret making that contract with the worm.
Well, if they make you regret not serving the worm.
See, honey, you keep thinking this is going to happen to me. No, I'm going to be fine, honey. I'll just be fine.
And before Backus falls to the worm.
See, He's perfectly fine. Backus is in control. Let's see. And one more totem. You want to do Mantar? Do you?
We
Should we
could,
go over Mantar?
and hear me out.
Or
We could do that one with a really long name.
see. You want to do the Black Sparrow guy?
I don't know who that is.
Let's see. I'm pulling up this totems list with you. Looking at one of the Australian totems.
The Booga.
The thylacine one?
Booga Dooga the Lyrebird.
Let's see. The one the baby speak.
I
Muru,
don't know
Ghoul,
what the fuck
Ru,
that is, but
done.
it immediately drew my attention.
Let's see, because that's one of the Red Cross Australia totems where.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. See, you spell this BOUGOODOOGAHDAH. And that's how you spell that.
I fucked up the pronunciation. I had to.
And he's a secretive bird who mimics the cries of others in the dream time. He's a liar and he's a liar. And what he does is that looking at his band, children of the lyrebird must never be flamboyant. They must dress in drab colors and may never be a center of attention. Their performances shall be modest. You cannot outshine the lyrebird. He must be the center of attention. Excuse me, coming through. Let's say you can't be more fabulous to me. I'm the one. Oh, you came in here wearing the same outfit. Oh, the party's ruined. You can't wear the same thing as me, honey. I love this whole idea because I mentioned this like whole really fruity, like campy. What am I thinking of? You're one of your perfect like queer coded kind of characters. That's what I'm thinking of with this lyrebird. I don't know what kind of ideas are you getting, Eden?
Basically frame people to make them look bad and make the lyrebird look better in comparison.
Let's see, like the villains of Zoolander.
Maybe
the whole Zoolander bird.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about a different totem. I thought you were talking about the bunyip totem, like the animal.
See, now we're talking about one of the Australia totems. Yeah. There it is. The brain is slowing down. We gotta wrap it up in this episode. All right, you ready to go into the last conversation we're gonna have for this night? How would the totems interact with each other?
Intense rivalry.
Because after all, you're in a bid for followers. You want to get more wolves under your purview.
A lot of those conflict.
Maybe snatch some first changers.
Let me ask you this down the line. Yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I want to ask you. I'll go down the line with this. Who would Pegasus get along with the most?
Unicorn.
Females of with unicorn. Definitely females of Children of Gaia. The females of Viana.
Because what's the case
maybe
when
the Uktena females?
Because when the Black Furies have a male child, they'll give it over to the Children of Gaia typically. They'll say, hey, you need some men in your population. Here you go. Here's a man for you right here. Just get this man off my hands.
Wouldn't that mean the Children of Gaia would have like twice as many male Garu than females?
Yes, you're gonna have a population bomb. You guessed it right. And there it is. It's the youngest member of the family yet. And now, question: would Unicorn see Pegasus the same way? See, that's a hell of a box spring.
That's my sister again.
Because, let me ask you that: would Unicorn see Pegasus the same? Do you think? Do you think so, Eden?
Nah, she'll think Unicorn's a bit tough.
A little bit tough.
A bit bullish.
Yeah, I've got all my men. Why are you not letting all my boys play with your daughters? Seems a little bullshit, doesn't it? But
I think Unicorn will think the Black Furies were having too much Apis, or basically the bull shifters in them.
Yeah.
Or unicorn's been influenced too much by Minotaur or something.
Where, because unicorn is this big free spirit, and the Black Furies, lesbian sex is the thing that goes on a lot with the Black Furies,
Yep.
but they are not sluts by any means. And the back and tees maybe, but the Fianna have been asking for them for years, and the answer has always been no. You ain't ever going to touch that, Fianna.
I read in the Kinfolk tribe book that, not the tribe book, but the Kinfolk book, that while the Black Furies may not be sluts, apparently their kinfolk, their female kinfolk, are major sluts.
Yep. Given that they tend to go through this massive lesbian phase and will have all this gay girl and girl sex in their adolescent years.
Of course
And
they would.
then
They didn't have any male Garu to look up to
Yeah,
potentially marry.
there it is. They all have
Well,
daddy
some of
issues
them
now
would
and
go,
grow up
like,
hating men.
daddy issues to try, but well, some of them will probably go out and find men because they need to repopulate.
Fingers crossed that some of them will turn around. What was that? That dude from Christian Broadcasting Network. The thing about the homosexuals is that they will eventually die out because they do not reproduce. Some crazy shit like that. Because on
Okay.
live TV says that.
Well, as a
I-
large group, that's what he meant. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah. So who would Unicorn get along with the most? Who do you think?
No one.
See, no one.
The Great Green Dragon.
Let's see, the Jolly Green Giant.
No one or Nolyut.
I don't.
Pre-corruption.
The Rainbow Serpent, maybe?
Yeah, pre-corruption. Creation and birth. Rearing and childcare with unicorn.
I forgot what his name was, but he was a big poison-breathing dragon.
See, that's just Green Dragon.
Yeah,
And
Green Dragon.
and to get along with Green Dragon, you're out of your mind. Because honestly, I'm also thinking Unicorn would like Stag the most. Because was it the whole family unit kind of family values? I can see Unicorn agreeing with some of those with Stag, where you want to pool resources. The Fianna and the Children guy would gladly do that. Because how many times do they go on benders with each other? Because they don't really have anything bad to say about each other, so to speak. They do say there's stuff wrong with the tribes, but you won't see the Children of Gaia or the Fianna trying to kill each other anytime soon. And same thing with Stag, because I do think Stag would get along the best with Unicorn. Yeah, where fundamentally he would disagree, like the Hearn aspect especially would disagree with it, but the whole new tactics fighting the worm kind of business, because the Fianna have been trying to kill the BSDs for how many years, and they still haven't made any progress. So there we go. That's just my 2 cents. And who thinks Stag would get along with the most?
Don't know.
Outside of
Maybe Fenrir.
Fenrir.
Yeah, I was thinking Fenrir.
He'd probably respect Fenrir. I don't think Fenrir would get along with anybody.
Yeah.
If you're strong, I would say Stag is strong.
Yeah,
I think Fenrir would get along with Griffin.
because in terms of kill count, yeah, absolutely. If somebody's out here getting shit done while everyone else is just pussyfooting around.
Griffin's all about the wolves, and then Fenrir's literally just a giant werewolf.
Yeah, because the Red Talons say, "Oh, the Fenris, your Homage, you need to be extinguished. You be extinct with everyone else," and then they immediately clam up on the Fenris is near them.
Because no one's big enough to check the get.
They know better than to say that shit to the face of Fenris, because the Red Talons strongly embody the value of the Gurination. They would not say something to a werewolf who is very clearly stronger than them. It's also the reason why they are one of 2 tribes that gets along with the Surfangs. Some of them do, because they think the Surfangs need to get their shit back in gear, but they'll still go along with what the Surfangs say. And same with Falcon. I don't think Falcon has any friends outside of his brood. Grandfather Thunder, hell no.
Falcon only has his brood out of fear. Same as Grandfather Thunder.
He says, according to Donald, I have no friends as far as I'm concerned. Rat has no friends. And Rat doesn't want any either. Have you talked with Rat lately? Guy, I won't want to be friends with Rat either if you knew what he was like. And see here.
There's no discipline and anger issues.
Nope. You listen to the crazy shit that comes out of Rat's mouth. And
Cockroach has some friends, but they aren't other tribal totems or they're stuff like the fucking machine spirit and stuff, maybe even the Weaver.
Yeah, it's going ahead, trying to see if he can get in bed with the Weaver spirits.
What if you Cockroach and Grandfather
Cockroach and Grandfather Thunder, and we will control the world until we get right to the very end, and then we backstab each other.
I thought it was a cool visual with cockroaches on the Glasswalker tribe book actually printing circuit traces. Is that the world was a one giant
PCB? Too clever to get caught. Fall for Grandfather Thunder's bullshit.
There he is.
See, that's why I said it was bullshit with the tribe fall scenario with Cockroach and Glasswalkers getting corrupted. It wouldn't happen that way. They would have fallen to the Weaver.
Good old dumbass Cockroach.
Honestly, I think the Glasswalkers are the only tribe that can take the get on.
Because you got all these toys to play with, you can't fight them in the
toys, resources, and then eventually you just have superior Gary with the Pretenders helping you out.
The minute you run out of bullets, though.
The minute you run out of bullets,
you Ultimate maybe the DS Ultimate could since they're the most militaristic of the Glasswalkers, they could probably go toe to toe with the Get.
Yep.
Yeah, because realistically, the Garo Nation, the Glasswalkers are ready to secede from the Union whenever the chance arises.
I'm seeing them succeeding from the Garo Nation and just immediately joining the Technocracy.
Oh, they hate the Technocrats. As soon as the New World Order or the Syndicate die, then they can talk with Iteration X and the Progenitors. But with those two around, no deal.
Also, back to the Get a Fenris point, as soon as they run out of bullets, they're just going to start cracking open the cloning vats. And then they're going to just have Gyro that are bigger, stronger, smarter, and faster than the Get.
There it is. There it is. You have all this science, but we have magic. Is all you have to go off of. Embrace the metamorphic plague. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and evolve. And
honestly, I think for the Glasswalker Apocalypse scenario, should just be their cloning vats going out of control, and instead of just being exact clones, they're like recombinants of all the existing clones, so they're all unique individuals.
The Clone
and it just
Wars
keeps going.
Begun.
Yeah, and just them taking over the world.
See, play Darth Vader's theme. And see what else am I thinking about? Think.
Who would get along with Owl? Who would Owl get along with?
Who would Owl get along with? Yes, thank you. Okay, my train of thought came back. Griffin,
Aenna,
nobody.
Yeah, Falcon.
Griffin would get along.
Falcon, not Falcon.
Yeah, Griffin would respect Fenrir and nothing else, but then Owl. Who with Owl?
Aenna.
Maybe Aenna, where Owl likes what Aenna's doing, but I think Owl would eventually catch on that, hey, something's going on with good Aenna. So, there's something wrong with you, Aenna. I just can't put my finger on it. And
yeah, I'd rather not stay around you any longer than I need to. You're into some weird stuff. And I travel the Shadowlands for fun.
He does have a good friend with the Corax totem, Raven, where Raven being a super genius.
All the Garu like Raven. All the Garu like Raven.
Yeah, everybody likes the Corax. Nobody has a single bad thing to say about the Corax, besides them being gossipy little hens, and that's about it. It's in their doctrine that they got gossip. You see something, you say something. That's what you do with the Corax. And who I want to say that Owl would also have some kinship with some of the four gods, with Suzaku specifically, where Suzaku being a spirit of respect, and then no, I'm wrong. Suzaku's wisdom. No, is he respect or wisdom? I gotta pull this up now. Let's see, Totem. Ryan, you gonna fact check me?
I do not have it up right now.
Suzaku is a respect totem. Okay. You could have the two of them talk with each other and say, like, share their whole thoughts and dreams about what the Garo Nation should look like. Hypothetically, if either of them were to take over the Garo Nation. You think those two would be a good power duo? Two genius birds. I don't know. Birds of a feather. What was that saying from Chicken Run? Birds of a feather flock together.
I don't know. I think they'd get into a rival. Jesus Christ.
See,
Rivalry.
Ryan, you ever watch Chicken Run and you ever feel envious about Fowler?
No, I've never watched Chicken Run.
No, think about it. Fowler is in his 50s and he's retired, and he's in this hen house with all these single hens. And who's producing the eggs?
The hens.
You think about that, and how do you get more chickens? You get Fowler for that. The dude is living the retirement dream. That's how Kyle wants to retire. Is that Fowler from Chicken Run is the basis of what his life should be when he retires. There it is. just get a T-shirt that says "Be like Fowler." It just went off the fucking rails. What the fuck came out of my mouth? Okay, Four Gods. You want to talk about the Four Gods? All right. Let's talk about them as
I don't know who
individuals.
those are, but go ahead.
See, Suzaku, Byaku, Seiryu, and Ginbu.
Oh.
Yeah. See, Suzaku, I can see him get along with Owl. You said there was going to be a rivalry between the two, but I think he could get along with Owl. Or I don't know if Falcon ever humbled himself. Suzaku would immediately come in and start talking to Falcon.
Yeah, I feel like they would try to one-up each other in intelligence.
See, Byaku immediate kinship with Griffin. Immediate kinship with them. Is besides all humans, he almost sees completely eye to eye with Griffin, because Byaku hates technology. He hates modern day technology. Seiryu. Once again, I'm tempted to say Aenna, but I'm not sure about that. I'm also trying to describe what I think this too. I don't know beyond a hunch. I'm just getting a hunch that Seiryu would get along with Aenna. I don't know. I'll know it if I see. I know it when I'll see it. It's one of those things. Now Ginbu. We don't have another totem cutting, so I'm kind of at a crossroads with Ginbu. Think about this. Who do you think?
I don't know.
Maybe Owl.
My brain stopped working 30 minutes ago.
Let's see. I'm thinking Owl on top of that too, with some of the assassination stuff they want to do, along with okay, hold on. And just to end the train of thought, we always discussed maybe Aenna and Wendigo say they hate each other, but do they really? I don't know about that. I don't know. I think younger brother and older brother might be a little bit closer in contact than we were led to believe.
Well, they're brothers. Do you actually hate your sibling?
There it is. There's days with your sibling where you do hate their guts, but then, yeah, you still ultimately come around.
No.
So, there we go. Ryan will never forgive his sibling. And the man I moved house was the best thing I ever did. There we go.
Yes.
And let's see. And with Lion, with the White Howlers, well, we already got that answer. It's Griffin. We already got that answer. Galliard being alive. You said it was Unicorn. I agree with that sentiment.
Pre-corruption.
And then what about World Turtle? Do we see him as an Aenna guy or a Wendigo guy? Between your two brothers, who are you the closest to?
I mean, why not both?
See, one at both. World Turtle trying to be the mediator between the two. Because after all, their relationship did fall apart after he went to the Umbra. So he was the glue holding the two together. Right, there we go. I think we've run out of things to talk about. That's it for totems for tonight.
So
That's
this was
it.
fun.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. Hopefully hopefully y'all got some of this video. Thank you for showing me Galliard.
You're welcome.
There he is.
But yeah, he's
Okay.
absolutely massive in that picture.
Big damn snake.
He'd literally crush Green Dragon
There
under
it
his
is.
own body weight.
Just step sideways already. Break the veil. Do it. Do it.
That's actually one of the possible endings if he's not cured. He just goes
Yeah.
on a rampage and levels all of Australia.
There it is. See, well, there we go. What has Australia done for us lately? What have you done for us?
They gave us a
Spidey's-
crocodile hunter.
You made Bluey and that's it. That's all you've done for us in the last 10 years.
True.
There it is. All right. So we stand to lose nothing. All right. And there we go. That's your totems for you. All right. Where did I put the bot? There, I put it in the memes channel for some reason. All right, we can stop recording.
All right. Stop.
Nice.
Nice.
That was very abrupt.